To the Absolute Football Podcast, Absolutely Lower League, the show dedicated to all things the EFL Championship, League One, League Two, the National League, and this week, the FA Cup. Not that it means much to any of us, to be honest, but we'll cover it. We'll do that last, though. We'll get all the great other football chat out the way. But yeah. Sorry I'm late as well. I was watching our fans forum. Very interesting at the minute. So, yeah, I do apologise to everyone who was patiently waiting in the chat. But, of course, I couldn't talk football alone. So I brought some pals with me. Danny, how are you? You were on last night as well, weren't you, in the WSL?
Yeah, twice in the week. I could have bring your name down. But yeah, twice in the week. Yeah, good to be back. I've been on this one for a while, so I'm excited for Chaos Thursday. So yes, very excited to be here. I've seen a lot of chocolate chat in the chat already, so it's making me regret not bringing my chocolate fingers along. I know. So you might see me sneak off at one point. Just to
don't worry. Anything can happen on here as well. So we do apologise now in advance, Danny.
All good. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
One.
No, I'm all for the
nice
drama.
chilled one yesterday, and now all chaos here.
Yeah, more chaos. Okay.
A familiar face as well, and I'm loving the eyelashes too. Kieran, no, I'm joking.
I told you before we recorded, I didn't do them today.
Claire, how are you and how's your week been?
I'm okay.
Gone already.
Sorry, Kieran, I couldn't resist.
I'm all right, thank you. How are you, darling? Kieran's on a batter me on our end of season 2. Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. I've had a nice day off work today, so even better. How are you, Sha?
Oh, I've gone. I actually, do you know what? I come out with them moments every now and again. It doesn't happen often, but I do come out with a cracker every now and again. That's the one I've done for February. Luckily, it's March tomorrow. I might come out with another one. But no, I'm really good. I'll get onto it a little bit later, but there is some positive news coming out of Rochdale, which I will, hopefully, which I will get onto when we do talk National League. But yeah, I'm really well. And before I insult you again, I'm so sorry, Kieran. How are you and how's your week been?
Kieran, go, aye.
No, I'm going to go for our German translation. Hello. Dearie me.
What was that from?
Great. Oh, it was like 2 weeks ago. We were talking. You were trying to pronounce all the teams, and we got into a point of German. We got to a point of you speaking German, and we found out the German word for hello.
Hello.
It was his initial.
Hello in a different language, in a different accent.
No, instead of hello, it's hallo.
Hello.
We're 4 minutes in and it's already a nightmare.
And of course, it's not just us. It's the crazy people in the chat as well who tune in every week to watch this show turn into carnage before it's even started properly. So we have Aled. Hello, Aled. Is for evening all. Was hoping for a better points return for us this past week.
It was fantastic.
Good return.
I'm saying now.
Mr. Luke trying to bottle it as much as us.
Mr. Luke has put, I'll read everyone's favourite Gateshead fan here. Is it possible to skip Tuesday's results, please? Not a chance. Not a chance. Don't want to talk about it. We can skip your result if you want, but definitely talk about ours. Chris as well, good evening all. Aled has also put, can we only talk about chocolate bars instead, Luke? He has put, I fancy that. I could use a Mars bar right now. Oh,
I know. Time. Everyone go comments. What's your favourite chocolate bar?
Yes.
What's your Free's favourite chocolate bar?
Oh,
you can't put me on the spot here.
A Whisper Gold's up there, to be fair. I've seen it in the chat, I think. But that's got to be up there.
Tony's.
Tony's
salted
is
caramel.
yeah.
Salted caramel is the best chocolate I have ever had in my
See,
mouth.
I quite
Tony.
like a Twix personally. You know,
I
I
love
think
a Twix. They're my football chocolate at Rochdale. Whenever I go Dale, I'll get a Twix.
I would say I have a football chocolate, but I'm not really dedicated to spend like £1.50 on one bar. No, thank you. So,
I love to trough when I'm at football.
I have to just sneak Haribo in when I go in. I just sneak a little bag of Haribo because Haribo is like £3 or something in the ground.
Yeah.
I could spend like £5-6 on a burger, and that's about all I need. It's all good.
So, are you saying Twix? Shari, are you saying Twix?
I don't know because there's too many. I love that marvelous creation as well, the dairy milk with the popping
Oh,
candy.
Milky Way.
Milky Ways are nice.
Oh, what Magic Stars? I haven't heard of.
Oh, yes.
They're good. Good. Quite like Magic Stars.
Does
Still
it have
saying
to
Twix,
be?
though.
Does it have to be chocolate bars as well? Because I love Maltesers, I love minstrels, I love twirls, flake, crunchy, all of them.
This is why would I find myself in a
Is that for Where's Claire? Is it?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You know.
She's joining
I'm so
with the
hungry
chat.
now.
I know. I really want a chocolate bar.
What are those? I'm probably like older than everyone else, but there was these things called Reason chocolate chews when I was younger. They were literally, I don't know if anyone remembers them. They're like little tiny squares of chocolate, but they're chewy chocolate.
You
And
still
would
get
just,
them
like,
now.
peak. Can you still get them now? Can you? I've not seen them
Yeah.
for ages. Yeah.
Surely you remember Reasons.
No. Do you remember them, Kieran? I
They're
don't
still-
either.
They're still available.
I tell you what, I feel young on this podcast today. Thanks.
So you'll feel like that all night.
She
Yeah.
tuned into his Lower League talk just to hear about German pronunciations of hello. Yeah, sorry.
Hello.
I
It
do
does sound like
apologise.
Teletubbies.
I promise we will get onto the football really soon. Galaxy, good shout. I do love a Galaxy. Galaxy Caramel.
Galaxy
Oh,
Caramel
to be
is.
fair, yeah.
I prefer Dairy Milk Caramel.
Oh yeah, in Ireland, Dairy Milk Mint is.
Oh, Aero Mints. Oh, that's a good chocolate bar. Aero Mints. Very good.
Aero, love Aero. Oh, I just love
Yeah.
chocolate. Chocolate is good for me.
Loud out of prison. Jive from Aldi.
Happy, eh?
What's that?
A jive is a fake Twix in it.
Oh, is it?
Oh, Crunch is a good shout as well.
Snickers. Anyone like Snickers here?
No, I'm not been a fan of Snickers.
Not for me.
No,
Not for
do you
me.
not like nuts?
No, I'm not. Well, I wouldn't have come on here if I didn't like nuts, would I say?
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, we
Nice.
banned the trap.
Thank you. I do love
That's a
that. That's a
football
really bad love
taste,
that. I bet we best talk some football, hadn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Do
wait,
we
what's
really
that?
have to?
The fact,
Football
that,
No
what?
one to get shout
the
for a
fact that it's
birthday.
gone crazy before Farley's even turned up, that's not a good sign.
I know. Just while we're on the chat.
Well, can we just start guessing what his
well?
favourite chocolate is before he turns
I
up and
know.
see who's right?
Oh, what do we think his favourite chocolate is?
He's a fitness freak, and he'd probably say a protein bar.
I reckon he's a popping candy kind of guy. I feel like he sometimes he has a hit and he just powers him through.
I reckon he's gonna like Galaxy.
I'm gonna say he's a crunchy kind of guy. I reckon crunchy.
Claire, don't be texting him and asking him before he
Yeah.
comes on.
I am texting him, but I'm not asking him.
Oh, what a shout! I've not had one of them
Oh,
in
Toblerone.
years. I love a Toblerone.
I don't have a
Farley's
Toblerone
Meadow,
consistent enough.
Farley's Freddy.
Sam, I'm scared of frogs. Don't mention Freddos. I don't eat. I actually right. This is a legit
Shut up, you're
story now.
scared of frogs.
Right, listen. I will tell this story before we go on to the football chat. I will tell this story. I am so scared of frogs. When I was little, you know, when them jelly shoes were all in trend, what all the kids used to wear, them sandals. Well, I had them on, and my grandma had a pond in a garden, and this frog jumped on my foot, like really slimy frog. So I've been scared ever since. And it got to a point, I don't eat Freddos because I had a nightmare as a kid, but I ate Freddo and it came to life. Yeah. I don't eat, you know, in Haribo's, them jelly frogs, I don't eat them because I'm just traumatized. Like, if I see a frog, I would rather parachute out of an aeroplane. I'd rather jump off a building, abseil down a big building a bit anywhere near a frog. Because I'm so scared.
I know what I'm dressing up for Halloween then. It's going to be a Freddo.
I'll cry. I will cry.
I understand being scared of an animal, but come on, you can't be scared of a sweet, mate.
I am. I don't like crazy frog either. Oh, no.
What about Kermit?
I don't mind
He's like
him.
a cuddly one.
I'm more scared of Miss Piggy than
Miss
Kermit.
Piggy.
Kermit's not as bad because I don't think he's like, it doesn't look, even though he's a frog, it's not, do you know what it is? You know, when you breathe and the like thing goes like at the mouth when the like,
It's a little bit underneath.
Yeah, got my chins out then.
But the sweets don't have their chin, do they?
They still scare me. It's just because I had that nightmare when I was little as well. This wasn't long after this frog like jumped on my foot.
Mate,
when I was a kid,
a sweet though. Come on,
yeah, because
that's going a bit far.
I had a nightmare when I was a little kid, and I've not recovered from it since. I've got PTSD over frogs.
Oh. You need one of those, what's that therapy called where you just get thrown into a room full of your biggest fear? What's that called?
No, don't know.
Don't do that. Get out of the way.
I'm a celebrity.
A room full of Freddos.
Yeah, not even real frogs, just a room full of Freddos. Oh no, this is actually, if anybody tags me in any frog pictures, I will instantly block you, by the way, in the chat. Just to let you know, because I'm that scared.
That's your evening now on Twitter.
Yeah, that's all that's going to happen. This is going to get clipped and then put on Twitter for a second cycle as well.
Yeah, everyone's just going to send me frogs out. And it's my birthday coming up as well on the 11th of March, so I'm going to end up with a pet frog, aren't I?
Right, everyone go to Twitter. I've just sent you all a tweet.
Someone tells me I may know what it is.
I'll remove my account. I'll deactivate. It's that bad. But yeah, we will talk some football because I want to get off this subject now. It's freaking me out. Getting the shivers. So we have championship results from this week. Danny, any standout ones for you?
Friday night to start with, Leeds beating Leicester. I think Leicester were a goal up, and I'm trying to turn my head to football after frog talk. It's really hard.
Well, no, sorry. I saw that. Get people send me pictures of frogs.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But yeah, Leicester looks fairly in control. Where were we? Friday night.
We need to know why you're temporarily restricted. But anyway, sorry, carry on.
Who's restricted?
Someone said they're temporarily restricted on Twitter. Shiv.
What was I saying?
Friday night, Leicester.
Friday night, that's it. Leeds. Leicester took the lead. Basically, I think Leicester were fairly in control. This is obviously a massive top of the table game on Friday night under the lights, cracking atmosphere. And then last 10 minutes, Leeds just stormed it. Like, absolutely stormed it. Come back with 3 goals in the last 10 minutes. There was an own goal to make it 2-1. Then Paddy Bam Bam got his little goal at the end from the ball hitting him somewhere. Paddy Bam Bam. Patrick Bamford's. Paddy Bam Bam. You know?
Sounds like Flintstones, doesn't it? Bam Bam. I love it.
Sorry, Patrick Bamford.
I love that. Paddy Bam Bam.
Paddy Bam Bam.
I'm going to call him that from
That's
now
what everyone
on.
calls him. Yeah, and he got one that basically hit him on his way to goal, and he claimed it as his own, which fair play. But the atmosphere after the game for Leeds was crazy. I don't know if you saw it. Everyone singing "I Predict a Riot" after the game. The mad old Leeds atmosphere, and they've put themselves right back into the title race. Basically, they've they're now, 6 points behind Leicester. So they were, I think, anything other than a win for Leeds would have taken them. They would have been too much for them. But suddenly everyone's thinking it's not just promotion, it's title race to go for. So massive, massive win for them.
It was, wasn't it? And I think Leicester obviously had some chances. But Leeds' form at the moment is pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
Definitely.
5 wins in a row, isn't it, or something? They're bouncing like, can't think of the animal, but they're bouncing like...
Kangaroo.
Tigger.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, kangaroo, not frogs, again.
I think as well with Leeds, we'll get onto it obviously towards the end.
Right.
But I don't think it's the worst thing that obviously they're out of the FA Cup now, and Leicester are still in it. So I think that's an advantage, obviously, for Leeds as well.
They put in a good show as well, didn't they? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, they gave them enough of a game to think like they didn't disgrace themselves. They took it right to the end against Chelsea, so that's not going to hurt them at all. And the old adage of concentrating on the league, in it for the running now. And Leicester are still in the FA Cup, so aren't they? So that might be a little bit of a distraction.
Yeah. Just on the Coventry game, before I ask about yours, Claire and Kieran, Simon has put Coventry 0, Preston 3. We were poo, and we never bloody beat Preston. And I got into an argument with the family of one of our players.
Oh, which one?
I know which one. Love to know. Claire, any standouts for you?
So, obviously, I'm going to say what a great win for Ipswich. Because obviously they've been a little bit inconsistent recently. Kind of had that amazing, I won't even say starts this season, they had an amazing half a season, didn't they? And then they've started to wobble a little bit. So I'd like to think that they could remain within the playoff pack. I think maybe automatics a little bit too much of an ask, but hopefully.
I wonder what flying creature that could be.
Better not be a frog.
I tried to be really cool about it then and all. See, I didn't do my usual flapping.
You did as well.
And as well as Ipswich, I want to give a nice honourable mention to Millwall getting a great away win at Southampton.
Neil Harris is there as well. Was that his first game in charge at Millwall?
I think it was. Yeah.
Sure it was.
It's like managed in all 3 divisions in the same season. It's nuts.
I know.
Somehow.
I like Neil Harris. I do like him. I thought
it should have been sacked.
It shouldn't. As much as they didn't like the style of play, Gillingham, they were defensively solid, wasn't it? It was just obviously they needed to work more on their attacking style, and obviously they were getting 1-0 wins though, and they were up there, and they're quite inconsistent at the minute. So, yeah, I do like Neil Harris. But Paul's made a really good point as well. He has put, I'm very surprised Michael Carrick is still in charge at Middlesbrough, but even so, good on the chairman, as majority would have called for blood. What do you guys think on Michael Carrick's situation? I think he deserves time, to be fair. I think with Middlesbrough as well, they've missed out on quite a few players that they had last season. I know they had a few loan players, last season, what they missed out on again this season. I think they've had a few injuries, so I do think we need to stick with Michael Carrick and give him time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, they've lost some of the players that they had last season. And they're in a bit of a transitional period, really.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of the reasons you don't see the fans calling for him to go. Like, I've not seen anything where they've been calling for him. I think maybe they're kind of understanding that it's more of a project rather than just like going all guns blazing, which is a good thing. Like, they get it.
I think they need to realise as well with Michael Carrick, he is still, even though he was obviously at United for them few games, is still an up-and-coming manager, isn't it? This is his first actual proper managerial job, isn't it, Michael Carrick? So I think he's doing quite a good job, like you said, Claire, with the transition and everything of Middlesbrough at the minute. And I think the Championship and the teams are very strong. Like, it's very close. Shivers put as well, does anyone think Stoke are in big trouble of relegation, or can Schumacher steady the currently ship? I think they're in massive trouble, to be honest.
Big trouble.
Big trouble.
You can't look at their form and say otherwise, can you?
Yeah, I think everybody, well, us on here anyway, was saying that we thought Plymouth would struggle to stay up without him. But I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I do think they're in massive trouble. You can't really say anything else. You've seen the table. I think it's weird though, isn't it? Because Stoke really, to me, they are pretty much a championship team, aren't they? I know they had a couple of seasons in the Prem, but yeah, pretty much.
It's a tough one with Schumacher. So the all he's ever known is success, really, isn't it? Like with Plymouth, he had all that success. It was constantly on the up. Now he's in a relegation battle. He's not really got the experience of a relegation battle to draw on as such. So it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with that. And through a club like Stoke, that it'll be a disaster for them to go down for the size.
Yeah.
But then you've got the other teams that are around them have started to pick up. Millwall under Harris will probably be okay now. Teams have got new managers, Birmingham's, Huddersfield's, and it's going to be tight. But they're not looking at the best of forms, and I just don't know what they're going to do to get out of it. Because it's obviously you've got Rotherham who have gone pretty much like they've gone by Christmas. Yeah. But you see Sheffield Wednesday picking up even at the bottom. So yeah, it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, it is.
Completely agree. Just going back to the Middlesbrough talk, sorry, because I've got a lot of comments in the chat. Shivers put, I think Michael needs some better quality signings. Injuries obviously haven't helped. He needs time, and what he's achieved last season allows him to get deserved time. I think they overachieved, to be fair, last season. And I think he does deserve the time. Simon has put, Carrick hasn't been allowed to replace the players like Atpom from last season. Completely agree. Ryan has put, I'm a Middlesbrough fan. Our fan base is divided at the moment. Oh,
interesting.
Because I've not really
What are your thoughts, Ryan?
Yeah, definitely send them through. Mr. Lucas put, Middlesbrough, ever since he got relegated back in 16-17 from the Premier League, they're just struggling to get out of it ever since. Kieran, any standout results for you?
I mean, both Welsh teams won, which is a surprise in all fairness, and given their positions in their table, and I'm sure Ant wasn't pleased with the fact that Swansea went to beat them, and I'm pretty sure he predicted that. Like I was talking last week about how poor they've kind of been doing under Luke Williams, and in typical fashion, Sunderland go and lose to them. So there's that. But as someone that looks into relegation a lot more than promotion for the most part anyway, QPR's result, despite it being against Rotherham, who, like we've said, are down since Christmas, weirdly they've been playing well in terms of recent games. So the fact that they're actually getting the result there, it's important, isn't it? And then you obviously talk Sheffield Wednesday, you talk that Millwall pull off a huge upset under Neil Harris. And I mean, some of the results are expected, but there are a few ones in there that, definitely benefit some teams more than others. And that, I mean, the Leeds Leicester game was electric, to say the least, wasn't it? It was a phenomenal watch as a neutral. And yeah, Dan James is going to send Wales to the Euros.
I love it. I'm just going to mention as well, because I've not really seen that many people mention it. I'm going to say hats off to Huddersfield, especially away from home, because they're a team. I think they're are they near the bottom as well, Huddersfield?
Yeah,
they're not doing
right in it.
Yeah, they're not doing very well, but a win away at Watford. But I think Watford are on a bit of a bad run at the minute, aren't they?
Didn't they sack their
manager? Have they sacked him now?
I'm pretty sure they did, didn't they? Yeah. I mean, Watford by name, Watford by nature.
Yes. Oh, honestly, I get so confused with their managers.
I wonder how much money they spend on just manager compensation every season, because they go through like 3 managers a season. It must be a stupid part of their expenditures. It's mental.
Oh man, it does make me laugh though, because I just think to myself, if they didn't sack as many managers, they'd be able to have a really good budget for players, wouldn't they?
Exactly. Like I understand modern football. You can't give managers, well, at least some people say you can't give managers as much time because of how fast football moves now. But come on, like 6 months, you're taking the mick. 6 months and he's out the door. The second one person puts on Twitter, his results aren't good. He's out the door.
Am I getting the wrong person as well, or didn't they actually extend the last one's contract? I'm sure they offered him a new contract.
They did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. And it wasn't long before they got rid of him because he hasn't long been there.
I don't think he's gone yet, from what I can tell. I mean, you might. I can't see anything. I know there was talk of it, but I don't know if they've officially said anything yet.
They'll get rid of him in the next week.
I mean, it won't date, will it? Saying Watford sacked the manager.
Yeah.
We just started the rumour off early.
Yeah, we started it. There we go. Yeah. We take credit for Watford's manager getting sacked.
Chris has put in the chat as well, with the 3 results, QPR, Huddersfield and Wednesday on Saturday, Stoke are really in trouble. Paul has put, best thing I've seen tweeting about is Alex Neil is open for a return to Sunderland. Not sure if anyone else has seen that. Sunderland are in a difficult position as well. Clark is out for weeks. I know we've not even got Ant here as well to tell us all about it, but we'll definitely ask him his thoughts. Chris has put, wonder if Sunderland fans would even want him back after everything, Paul. I know.
Surely not.
No, I don't think so. We'll have to ask Ant. Sunderland are in trouble. Jack Clark is out for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
massive
huge,
loss.
isn't it? Really big.
Raya's put, I think the lack of confidence at home has really held us back this season. Only 4 or 5 home wins all season. Ooh. Really need them home wins, don't you? Under your belt. Paul has put, Watford are having a topsy-turvy season. Absolute no consistent from them. I completely agree. Shiv, I don't know what it is, but I just have a feeling Sunderland and Jesse Marsh would work. Ooh.
It's like blind date going on there.
I know.
No.
It would make a great documentary if they made another series, if I'll be honest, if old Jesse Marsh comes in. But
I know. Paul has also put, a massively confidence is low at Sunderland, especially the manager of the goals conceded against the manner, of the goals conceded against Swansea. No disrespect to Swansea. Yeah, they needed to win that one. Sunderland.
Very much disrespect to Swansea, really thank you.
Love it. Oh, was it? Another point deduction for Reading.
Yeah,
you are
points,
joking.
Yeah,
I've not seen that. What's that for?
How many? Was it 3 or was it 2?
It's 2 this time, yeah.
What's it for?
Probably the same thing. Is it something about Guy, whatever his bloody name is, not paying like it's either player wages or HMRC again or something along those lines?
It's the HMRC one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, apparently he's only paying wages because he's forced to as well. So there we are.
Yeah.
He's a character, isn't he? He's a character. That's
the nice
thing. That's the nice way of putting it. Yeah, because there's not many ways you can describe him, and there is no ways you can describe him in a positive light. Actually, he is awful.
Completely agree. This is why I wanted to get it out there. Kind of the version on the Rochdale events is completely different to the one at Reading, because there was people on social media getting a bit mixed up with the situations, and our situation's completely different. It's just our chairman's ran out of money to put in, and that's why we want the outside investment kind of thing. Whereas with Reading, they've just been completely screwed over, and it's so unfair.
Yeah. He's just refusing. He's literally just refusing to put money into the club and refusing to pay the basics. So that's the thing with owners and the whole fit for purpose thing. It isn't, is it? He evidently has went there to benefit his own pockets as opposed to the benefits of that football club, and that it's not right, because we had this long debate on how much a football team means to a community, and for the fact that he's literally killing it, it's disgusting, frankly.
Completely agree. Just on the Reading chat as well, Chris has put, he needs to get out of Reading pronto. Completely agree with that. Get that clown of an owner out of Reading, Mr. Lucas said. Owen HMRC over 100k. They also have 2 points suspended to be charged on future problem. Oh, this is awful.
The thing is, it'll be topped up with more points on top of the suspended ones.
Yeah.
So no matter what progress they make on the pitch, because they're pulling off some really good results, but no matter what they do, it's always that they're getting pushed back because of the ownership.
Simon has put as well, the EFL have got a lot to answer for, allowing people like that to own football club. Completely agree with that. Paul has put, how do the FA allow this to happen to any club? Wolsey has also put as well, Simon Jordan on TalkSport said that Reading should be in trouble because they apparently, according to him, it's a sporting advantage for Reading. What? He talks
ridiculous.
Not having any money from the owner is a sporting advantage. Are you all right in the head? What are you on about then?
He talks. Do you know what, though? A lot of that, I wouldn't even read too much into it, Wolsey, because a lot of the things that they say on TalkSport, apart from Ali McCoist, because I love Ali McCoist, I'm biased towards him, a lot of it is for clickbait. I know Bon Lahore does it and stuff as well, so a lot of it is for clickbait. So that's just stupid. I'm sorry.
How many points have they had deducted? I'd say they are already in trouble.
This season, it's like, is it up to 8 or something now?
It's getting up there, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting up towards double digits now, isn't it? Which, it shouldn't even be what it shouldn't even be 1 point under normal ownerships.
Yeah, so that was their third deduction of the season, wasn't it? I think so. It's just come in bits, but like you say, it's the fact that their players are fighting against it and they're doing so well to. No, we shouldn't come into what we say anyway, but the fact that they're really fighting for results and playing well, and you've got some young players there who don't know where the futures are and things like that. They're fighting for their club, they're fighting for their fans, and they're just being knocked back every now and then. They're above the line at the minute. We'll come to it in a bit, but they're still above the relegation zone, which is remarkable.
It's the only positive, isn't it? That club, the fan base and the players, you cannot say any bad thing about them because they're coming against so much adversity from the higher levels of their own football club, and they're doing really bloody well against them. So.
Exactly, that's so true. And I think you're quite new to it, but we speak a lot about Reading and about the ownership and about how it's been allowed to happen, the fans. And I think Wolsey knows by now we're very, very much in support of Reading.
100%. And I'd love to, if Wolsey, if you are interested or any Reading fans, I think it'd be really good if either you or some of them could come on and obviously talk to us more about the situation and just spread the word out there, because it might not reach a lot of people, but for ones that it does reach, at least it'll get it out there. So if ever you do want to come on and talk about the situation, please let us know, because we really are all behind you. Not just us on this podcast, everyone in the football world is behind you. So
yeah,
come talk to us. At least we can make you smile.
Yeah.
So the basis of it is that they were deducted 2 more points, with a further 2 suspended after the club failed to meet HMRC payment obligations in accordance to EFL regulations. It's 6 points this season. There's 2 suspended, so it can get up to 8. And the way it's going, you're probably looking at, before the end of the season, 12, 14. If they keep the kind of consistency up with it, which is, it's just bad, isn't it? You talk about Everton or whatever.
Stupid owner, fucked off.
You talk about like Everton, who had 10 points, and there's so much outroar about it, and Reading look like they're about to have more than that, 12, 14. There's nothing else you can say of them. It's disgusting, and that absolute clown needs to leave the club.
Everyone's in agreement as well in the chat. Richard has put, I just hope they stay up, as it makes it more of a proposition for a sale, especially with the ground as well. Simon has put, as someone whose club has had shit owners, I'd like to say it will get better. It may just take a while. Jenna's put, so many clubs are suffering because of bad owners. It sucks. Shawnee has put the players, management, staff and fans are the ones fighting for the club, and then you get the absolute moron of an owner. Completely agree with that. Wolsey has also put that he'd love to come on. He goes home and away games every week, so he knows how the players are reacting. Yeah, just pop me a message after on Twitter and we'll get that organised. If it could be the live one, or if you wanted to do an All About Reading episode, we are more than happy to go into that with you as well. Just hopefully spread the word out there. Paul has put a question. Within the EFL National League and the FA, is there actually any ex-footballers on the board who actually understand the fans, or any ex-footballers for that matter? I don't think we've got them on our board.
I think we've got one on our board. We've got life presidents who are ex-players as well that have a lot of involvement, but I don't know.
I think ours will obviously change as well at the minute with if this gets taken over and stuff. At the minute, it's just people, it's fans and shareholders on our board. So yeah, we've not actually got any specific players, but I'm pretty sure that we do have some kind of, I don't know what it is, where some of the ex-players like meet up, come to games, and I think they are kind of involved within the community, but I don't think they're actually part of the actual board.
Yeah, shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of the actual EFL, in terms of the actual EFL board, it doesn't look like there's any ex-players, but they're ex-involved with Premier League clubs and all this other stuff, but not direct players, so they won't have that connection.
Yeah, it's just crap, isn't it?
So frustrating, isn't it? It's horrible.
It's like he just clearly doesn't care about the club at all, does he? And
No.
It's just that whole thing of that everybody's banding together. You talk about the footballers, you talk about the management team, the staff. There's staff in club shops, there's staff, there's kitchen staff, there's all sorts of people in that football club who will have been working there for years and who care so deeply about Reading Football Club, and it's part of their family, it's part of their history, it's part of who they are, is the football club. And you got this guy who's just ripping it all up without a care in the world, and he doesn't see the little bits of that. It's just get it done, just get it sorted. Like, we've been through it ourselves, and with it almost like G's you up on the pitch and in the stands, because on match days you're supporting the team, you're supporting the players that are playing for your club. And we turned the season around and won the league based on the back of not like all the problems that we had, and it was just ridiculous. But when the doors close on Saturday afternoon, then you've got to sort everyone out, and you can't. I don't know. It's just frustrating to see clubs go through it. And like, to me as well, it's seeing like Rochdale as well. We're seeing a club a couple of miles down the road who are so rich, and it can't balance it out in the head. It's crazy situation.
It is. It's 34 years today actually since the original Newport County went bust. So it's an emotional day for not me necessarily, because I wasn't around, thankfully, going through that experience. But in terms of our fan base, there's been so many people talking about how they, what it meant to lose the club, and then what it meant for what it was that all the supporters, 400 of them, got together and remade the club. So, we're a very unique story in that we've come back to near enough where we were. The idea of losing your club, or even just having owners that stop you from making progress, that fans spend money and expect and wish for, it's not good, is it? It really isn't nice to see, especially as someone who supports a lower league club that has been through it and was potentially in the worry of going through it again. But here we are, and that's why I'm so happy to have my club at least in a stable position.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll get better for Wolsey, because it's really not nice, especially seeing someone of that like stature as well. Reading, it wasn't that long ago they were right up there, weren't they? Reading, and just how someone with the wrong intentions can fail not just a football club, but can fail the fans, fail the players, just fail everyone associated with that club.
Do you know what makes it for me as well? You've got these fit and proper tests and all that malarkey, but why are people going into football to make money? Like, I know football is a profitable business, but surely as someone that's like lower down the leagues, like, you shouldn't be going into football thinking that you can make profit. Like, I know I bang on about it all the time, and we've been through financial issues. You know, we were in administration sort of a season after we got promoted to League One against good old Rochdale, and it is some of the hardest times as a fan. You know, I would actually put that up there with being in the Conference North. Like, it's stressful, it's sad, and the fact that we've now got an owner who is local, he's absolutely like loaded, but he's doing the right things with the club. He's converting his money into equity, is like developing the club off the pitch as much as on the pitch. Like, the amount of sponsors, like Porsche have become a sponsor in the last few days. Like, you know, I suppose it's making the right decisions for the football club, and it's not going into the clubs for gain. Like, you just need to, if you want to own a football club, you need to do it bearing in mind there's hundreds, thousands of people that go to watch their football team every week that don't just go for the football. And we talk about it all the time, it's a social aspect, it's a mental health aspect. You know, like I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, like dealing with mental health issues after having a baby, like, and previously before that, football was kind of something that got me out of the house. And
it's an escape, isn't it? It's an escape from your actual life and
you get to go to
what
football,
you're going through.
You're screaming, shouting, like getting that rage out. But not only that, you're catching up with your mates, like,
exactly.
And you're all there for the same reason. Like, there's thousands of other people just like you that are going to get rid of daily life and the monotony of what life can be sometimes. And people that are going into football club ownership need to bear that in mind. And maybe somebody that does have a lot of power needs to get into the FA and actually make that change.
Completely agree.
Fit and proper is just anything other than fit and proper. And people really need to be made sure that they are fit and proper. It's not just a tick box. It's a lot more than a tick box. And, you know, Reading, Rochdale, all these clubs that are going through what they're going through, just, shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, it's just sad because, as you mentioned as well, Claire, it's not just it's that escape for people, and losing that football club. Like last week when I heard the thoughts and obviously the Rochdale situation, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'd do, kind of thing. And potentially these people have got a lot to answer for, because without these football clubs, there could possibly be people like who, I don't want to sound all doom and gloom, but it could have a serious impact on these fans because football is their life. Do you know what I mean? It could potentially like ruin, like that was one of the things during COVID as well, not being able to go to football and seeing friends. And that's where a lot of people kind of started YouTube channels and kind of started this football community, because we were still allowed to talk about their team. And I just really do sympathise, because I think to myself, what I was going through in my life and what I still go through in my life, and like yous as well, when you've got stuff going on at home, you've got stuff going on like problems and things, that's one thing you can just escape from. You can just stop thinking about what's going on at home, what's going on at work or whatever, and you can just concentrate on that moment and then 90 minutes. And even though it can be frustrating at times watching football, it's amazing, isn't it? And just the friendships, everything you build, and just even the community. It's like, look at us now. if it wasn't for football and supporting our teams, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have met these amazing people in the chat. So they do have a lot to answer for, because it's not just the players, it's not just the manager, it's not just the staff members, it's the fans, and it's also like their life. So sorry for getting all deep.
It's true.
Behind me. I have this white sheet behind me for no reason. What would be the purpose of this white sheet if not for football?
Exactly. Just going back to the chat as well, because there is a lot of chat. Sorry, I haven't kept up.
What? It's a white sheet.
Is it not a white wall?
No, it's a sheet.
Yeah, I thought it was a wall, to be fair.
No, it's a sheet. I've got a stupidly big like umbrella light in front of me, and that's why it all looks nice and stuff.
What's behind the sheet?
Have you got a sheet because your room's a shit tip?
Yeah. Well, you're not going to know that if I don't mention. If I don't mention
mentioned it now, though, Kira. Now we're intrigued to know what's behind that white sheet.
You know what? One end of season, you'll know what's behind that sheet.
Yeah, but is that when you've had enough time to clean it up?
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what's behind that sheet.
It's Farley.
There's a football.
Yeah,
keeping him.
Farley's
behind that.
It's Farley. Can you even imagine when me and him meet up in Meg?
Oh. Your best FaceTime me. I'm at my cousin's wedding.
I will.
So funny. Just going back to the chat as well. Shivers put, the issue is all over the pyramid and it's embarrassing, really. Then the Premier League, Richard Masters and co. have the absolute audacity to believe there's no need for an independent regulator.
Shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Aladis put, we have had points deductions because of bad owners. It harms the club more than the owner. The FA should be placing sanctions that hamper the bad owners, not the club. Yeah, I agree with that. It's like with our situation as well. When we had all that about the hostile takeover, it's the club that have obviously been punished, not that individual. And yeah, it's just frustrating.
Yeah. They're treating the clubs like they're toys, aren't they? Basically, like playthings, and like it's the clubs and the communities that get the impact out of it. It's not good.
So
good.
sad.
But yeah, I really hope Reading sorted out, because I think we play them in a few weeks, and there's a lot of what we are seeing. Talk about the community side of things. We are seeing a lot of opposition fans in League One, like joining them in their protests and supporting them and doing whatever they can. So if there are Reading fans of the club, I think we play them in the next month or so. So if there is anything we can do, or any of the League One clubs can do, just let us know, because everyone's just coming together. It's not football rivalries are nothing, are they, when it's compared to things like this? So yeah, it's
I love that.
yeah.
Love that. Completely agree. People are talking about sponsors. I think it's because of Claire going on about Porsche, and I'm loving these sponsors from other teams. So Mr. Lucas put, we are sponsored by Dixon's Pies. What a sponsor to have, to be fair. I would rather be sponsored by this is because I'm so northern. I would rather be sponsored by a pie company than Porsche, to be fair. So I'm all for it, Mr. Luke. I love a good pie. Aled has put, talking about food sponsors, we have been sponsored by potatoes. Oh, a potato company. Simon has put, we're sponsored by the owner's brother's shaving company. Nice. Shiv is loving hearing these sponsor stories here in the chat. Shaving company, potato company, Dixon's Pies. Oh my, this is what you get in Lower League. Stockport get Porsche, and then you've got people with potatoes.
We've got a van company, and that's the iconic thing we've got. We've got a van company.
Our main sponsor's called Vita, and if you Google it, Vita, V-I-T-A. Look at some of the buildings. I mean, we're not talking about feet again.
Accommodation people.
I'm sorry.
Always gets back to Claire's
the mention of Fita just ruined it. I got reminded.
Hold on.
Dixon's Pies? What are Dixon's Pies?
They're pies.
Assume they're pies, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have great, what they call Great North Pie Company. We have the pies. Oh my God.
I love pie so much.
Pie.
I'm partial to pie. I do love a pie. Just going back to the chat as well, Richard has put, I remember when Ryan Reynolds and Rob took over at Wrexham and did an advert. Yeah, I do love the stuff online. Ryan and Rob, quite funny.
Ryan and Rob, that's like saying Dick and Anne.
Yeah, Ryan and Rob. Me and Kieran are apparently a new double act as well. After last week's podcast, we're a new Ant and Dec. And who was it? Was it Simon? Whoever was in the chat said Nick and Ant were like the Chuckle Brothers and we're Ant and Dec. Ant weren't very impressed with that, to be honest.
Ant wasn't impressed because somehow he didn't get the role of Ant.
I was going to say, consider he's called Anthony's from the north. That doesn't seem right.
No, the guy from South Wales. The guy from South Wales will be Ant and or Dec.
Just looking at the championship table as well before we move on. Leicester are top still on 78 points. Leeds are second on 72 points. Ipswich are third, also on 72 points. Southampton are fourth on 67 points. West Brom are fifth on 56 points. Hull are sixth on 55 points. And then the relegation zone, Stoke are 22nd on 35 points. Sheffield Wednesday are 23rd on 32 points. And Rotherham are bottom of the league still, unfortunately, with 19 points. I mean, it's pretty close at the bottom, isn't it? We'll start with the bottom first. It is really, really close. Any of them could get dragged into it.
Aside from Rotherham.
Yeah.
I just completely wrote them off, to be fair.
Rotherham have to do the greatest of great escapes to get out of that.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
I wouldn't even be surprised if the bottom three stayed like that, to be honest. I mean, we've said that recently about Huddersfield as well, so I suppose you don't know, do you? You've just got
to be honest, I don't think that'll change. The only one that I can actually see changing is maybe Stoke or QPR swap around. I think that's about it.
I've got a feeling Sheffield Wednesday get out of it. You know, I've got a feeling they can sneak out.
I'm saying that they are only
Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah,
they could do it. You know what? I didn't even look at their points. I almost ripped them off as well.
Yeah, they fought their way back a bit the last little bit. Yeah, I can see them getting out of it. I don't know what it is, but whether it's like the home atmospheres and stuff that they can create, and they like to be an underdog, don't they? We saw in the playoffs. I'll sneak that in again. Hi, Peterborough fans. Yeah.
What do you make of Glenn's as well? He is put, and Birmingham might drop down as well. What do we reckon about Birmingham? Because it is pretty tight. It's only 3 points.
They've got a game in hand as well.
True. I mean,
it is all about points on the board. But really, I'd say anyone Swansea down should be worried.
Yeah.
Maybe even Plymouth.
Oh, I don't want Plymouth to, though, me. I like Plymouth.
Right. Aled, at this point, we ain't even fucking getting promoted, darling.
Oh, yeah, Claire, I've got to ask, who's top of League Two?
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that.
We will absolutely get onto it. And hence why I said last week, it's going to be the last time I ask it, so I'll make the most of it.
So we are going on to League One now, and obviously, Danny, we have not seen you for a bit, so talk to us about the Northampton result, because what a win.
Oh, what a win. We're in the top half now as well. Last time we were chatting, I think we were trying to get up into the top half. So it's been brilliant.
In capitals, we're loving it. Capital letters.
I mean, I'm thankful that Farley's not here, to be honest, because he would be banging on about Stevenage and how they're the best promoted team in the league. And they are doing incredibly well. So we might be talking about them later. But no, Stevenage have been superb. Orient have done really well as well since they come up. But like three of the 4 teams that gone up in the top half is fantastic. But yeah, really good win against Burton. We're nearly there to the point of safety. I think we need probably one more win to get to the point tally that we all think is going to be enough for safety. It might sound a bit silly being 11th, but I think whenever you support a team that's just come up, you just want to survive, don't you? You just want to be want to get to that points tally. And I think we're probably there already, but I think one more win will be great. Burton, I thought, were pretty awful at the weekend. They had a bit of a resurgence under the new manager, but we went there, survived the first 15, 20 minutes of attacking us, but we seemed to settle really well. Quite a physical team, Burton are, so much like Stevenage, probably Stevenage light, I'd say. Very, very physical team, but we managed to cope with it and come out with a win. Just a superb season. We're loving it. We talk about clubs with problems and stuff, and it's just so nice to be in a place where you don't want to probably hear other fans talk about this kind of thing when your team's not doing very well. But it's just so nice to be in League One and to be in the midway point and to not have any concerns. We're so used to having last day of the season scrambles and drama and everything. To be in a position now where we've come through promotion, we've got such a low budget for this league, to be in the top half and to be winning games, to be having these moments that we're having this season is fantastic. We're loving it, and we'll constantly be worried about next season when loanees go back and things like that. But it's just been it's been brilliant. We're loving life at the minute, and in Mark Leonard as well. I'll keep him. Lou's doing all right. He's got his first clean sheet up there, and that was his first time. So first clean sheet and first time he got to do the old fist bump to the away end. So that's like become a tradition for our keepers. So he had to be pushed onto it a little bit and told what to do.
He doesn't do the fist bumps.
Steve Evans doing it. I wanted to talk to Matt about that as well. Steve Evans' fist bumps this week have been
it's on his
incredible.
It's on his way.
Is he? Oh, good. He's going to come and steal my thunder now. I'm going to be talking about how well we're doing.
Hasn't he been that clip of him doing the fist pump, hasn't it went like stupidly viral?
Yeah. I saw somebody comparing it to doing Wii bowling, which I thought was quite funny.
To be fair, he goes for spin and stuff as well. I kind of see it.
He'll get his distractions and stuff, Steve, but he is a proper football guy. I've said this on our podcast as well. He is like such a football person, and the job he's doing at Stevenage is ridiculous to get them where they are. But
you cannot like his character or some of the things he says about reps or whatever, but you can't deny that he's like a really good footballing guy. Despite his controversies at other clubs and his unpopular reputation on social media now, apparently, he's a fantastic manager, isn't he? So you can't complain.
Yeah, I've got to talk about one of the Scotsmen before we move on, and that's Mark Leonard of our side. I don't know if many people have heard of him, but he's on loan from Brighton. He has been for the last couple of seasons. He is just a complete step above, and it's become. I had to say this on BBC Radio the other day with another Cobblers player staring at me from this side on the side of the studio. But he's literally the best player I've ever seen in a Cobblers shirt. Now he's that good, and he's going to go on to big things. I'm sure of it. He's just got such a technique, such a belief in himself at such a young age, and his passing, his goals, his assists, is adding goals to his game now as well, which is great. And he'll be at least in the Championship next season. I'm pretty certain of it. He is absolutely brilliant. So loving life.
Who do you have at weekend as well?
We got Charlton at the weekend. So Charlton are in a bit of a resurgence into Nathan Jones as well. So they've had a really good result on Tuesday night against Derby. So they're coming into it off the back of 3 draws and a win, I think, under Jones. So he's properly rejuvenated them. And those draws have been against Portsmouth, Bolton and Derby, like beaten Derby. So they're coming on top in really good form. And I think they'll be all right now in terms of safety. He's properly turned them around and got the players playing to a good point. And they've got good players. They've just been let down by managers, or the managers have just not got the most out of them. And Nathan Jones is the type of character and type of manager who will get the absolute maximum out of players. And that's what I fear at the weekend, really, that they're going to be really, really gunning for it. They still got loads of points to fight for. But at the moment, hopefully we can nick something and get safe, get secure, and be on the beach, because it's quite rare for us to be on the beach at this point. It's mad.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I love that, though. I do have a little bit of a soft spot, to be fair, for Northampton. Like, just the fans and everything. And when we were going through troubles beforehand, they rallied round us. And I do like North. What else?
I don't think Claire likes him.
You don't like anyone, Claire?
I don't dislike him.
It's
just I don't dislike him. It's just a weird team to have a soft spot for.
To be fair,
is it because you like shoes?
I love Sam Hoskins as well. He's always been one of them players. I've said it on this podcast time and time again, and on yours as well, Danny. Sam Hoskins is one of them players that just watching him and stuff, I'd love to have him at my club, but he's too good for my club. And just
it's mad.
yeah.
How he's come on from
Quality.
it was such a on a level before, but John Brady's just taken him to the completely next level the last couple of seasons. He'll get a testimonial soon. I think it's on 9 seasons, I think now, which is nuts.
Love that.
I think Claire's just sad that Fraser Horsfall just never lived up to the same potential as
Mate,
he had.
he is. He's a different gravy. I love Fraser Horsfall.
The S being the dollar sign. I don't know if we've talked about this before. Probably our players, when he signed for you, all our players went on Twitter and started putting the dollar sign in the S. But no, I love Fraser.
I like Northampton because it was near the end of the season. We beat you 4-0 at home.
Yeah, that was nuts, wasn't it? We just fell apart on that day.
It was really weird. I remember going into it and I was like, "Oh God, here we go." Because we were near enough safe and it was all fine. And I thought, we'll go on it'll be crap and lose. And we were 4-0 up before I even felt like I could blink.
Yeah,
and then we lost 5-0 to Stockport the following week. So that's just League Two. Claire, we've beaten you this season. You know that. We're going to beat you again in a couple of weeks' time.
Probably.
Just going back to the chat as well. If I can click it on, my button's not working. Paul has put Steve Evans, don't like him one bit, but a hell of a job he's doing at Stevenage.
Paul,
a bit of a naughty one. I'm not reading that out. I'm not getting done.
Do you know what? I don't like him. I don't dislike him. I cannot stand those ridiculous fist bumps they need to get thrown in the bin and banned. Any manager who does a fist bump should get an automatic fine and a touchline ban for the next game. Oh my!
Just enjoying
God.
themselves.
Just enjoy the win. You don't need to go. Hey.
Is that not your party dance move then, Claire? When a tune comes on, whoop whoop.
Wait till Farley's birthday party and I turn to Steve Evans and tell him to stop those stupid fist bumps.
He was asked about Strictly this week as well, wasn't he, Steve Evans? Someone's asked him if he's going to be called up for Strictly now afterwards because he does a little dance with it as well.
I don't want to, but I love that.
Oh dear! I get the feeling he's just one of these managers.
If you are still...
Sorry, Cam. No, I was just going to say, it just seems like one of these managers who you hate until he joins your club, and then I think if you sat down and had a drink with him and a beer with him, he'll talk really good sense. He'll be a good person, and he'll be generally good football.
The only thing I am judging him for is the fist bump. That's it. like that automatically makes you a bit less of a good person.
Not a fan of Pete Wild then.
Oh, I love Pete Wild, but those fist bumps need banning for him as well. It's fucking ridiculous.
But to be fair, he gets banned occasionally, doesn't he, from the touchline? Maybe in very small print, it's because of the fist bumps.
Honourable shout to Barrow, whilst we're talking about the fist bumps, for crossing out Dons from Milton Keynes when they played them a couple of weeks ago. Honourable shout every time we talk about Barrow.
I love it when AFC Wimbledon play them. They just don't even acknowledge who they're playing. Even when they lost this season to them at home, they said it was just 3-0. There was no mention of what team they were playing, but they've actually acknowledged them now. I think they called them NK, so that's a bit, they're starting to get a bit further on pronouncing their name.
Is Big Dave Challoner not a Fister? Looks like the type to me, to be honest.
You love to ask Kate.
Who?
It's wife.
Steve Evans definitely is.
I think my internet's lagging, by the way, so I do apologise.
Something's lagging.
You just missed Danny asking if Dave Challoner's a fister.
I heard that bit and then I froze. I think that's why my internet froze.
So
Can you ask him? Can you get an interview with him and just sit down, Dave? Right.
No, hold on.
Had a great season, but we just want to know one thing.
Dave Challoner used to fist bump at the pool, but he's never done it at county. Careful, Kieran. I don't want you falling through the white sheet.
Oh, funny.
Oh God, I mean, it's like done at the Narnia if I fall behind that sheet.
Oh, yeah, you go to Narnia.
I go to Narnia, I do.
Oh.
Oh.
Very nice.
Narnia.
Don't croak on us.
Just going back. Just going back now to the results. Any standout ones for you there, Claire?
I've got to say, Stevenage. Stevenage got a great win away at Wycombe.
Wycombe.
I don't. By the way, I know they call Wickham. It's
done.
It's just a running joke with my family. So yeah, I do know the call Wickham. No one's gonna get that, but yeah, it's a family standing joke. Wickham got a great win. Do you know what? Barnsley, I know they're up there, but Derby are in a good position too, so that's a great win. Blackpool 4-1 against Bolton. Bolton are doing well. That's a good win. Obviously, you have to say that's a great win away, Danny. Great win away. Even Leyton Orient away at Oxford, because Oxford seems to be pulling away a bit now, don't they? Like falling down a bit.
Yeah, it's weird, Oxford, because they were like, we played them last midweek, I think, and like the atmosphere is so weird for a team who's in the top six. Yeah. It's like one of those. It's not. I wouldn't say toxic, but they're starting to turn on the manager already. Big Days, but Des Buckingham is just not doing it for them. And again, they've lost to the Orient side, and everyone's just starting to say is not not good enough, and the job's too big for him, kind of thing. Very strange atmosphere at Oxford. I can see him falling away for sure.
Yeah, same. I think there's teams in each league that I think will be falling away from the playoff mix. But I guess that's what happens around this time of the season, isn't it? You know, a couple of months left.
I'm not saying it. Someone else will have to read out the league table.
Just what is going to happen if Stevenage go up?
They're not going to go up.
What will Steve do then? That'll be like the.
Hey, never mind, Steve. What will bloody Matt Farley do?
We're never going to see Farley again if they go up.
Jesus Christ! Can you imagine what it'd be like at his party in May?
Bless him. Just going back to the chat as well, Paul has asked this question. What has gone wrong with this season at Carlisle? Got new owners in and haven't thrived?
I've got a theory on that one, and I've shared this before on here.
Go on, Claire. We'll make the screen big for you.
Basically, hello, big screen.
I
think. Come on, Daddy, pose.
Oh, sorry, I missed it. What are we supposed to do?
Just doing random poses.
Yeah, when we go on big screen, it's pose time. So pick a pose then.
Oh, okay, pick a pose.
Got it.
I love it.
So, my theory on it is that Carlisle in January signed some fantastic players for League Two level. Yep. So I don't think they signed players for League One. They signed a great goalkeeper in Henry Lewis. They signed, obviously, Luke Armstrong, and they signed someone else. I can't remember the name of him. But basically, I think what they've done is they've looked and they've thought, you know what, it's going to be a pretty tough job for us. I think what we need to do is we need to start planning for next season and win the league, and then start to progress from that. I think it was just a bit too much of an ask, because they've really been struggling all season. I don't think they really invested. I don't think they expected to go up, to be quite honest, but I don't think they invested well enough to remain in that league at the beginning of the season. So to come back from January, I just didn't expect it, to be honest. And I did say even in January, didn't I, Shah, that
You did. Yeah, you did.
I thought that they were signing players with an eye for next season.
Yeah, I think the new owners were trying to take over in the summer, weren't they? They're trying to get it done before the season started, and then it just didn't get done. So by the time January comes, they've basically just thrown everything at it to try and turn it around, but it's just not happening for them.
Well, seeing the chat as well, they play Carlisle. How good's that?
1600, that's mad.
That is.
It's a long old way.
Brilliant mental.
4:30 a.m. coach. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the sort of away day, remember, though, isn't it?
It's only 3.5 hours before I'm leaving. We've got a great slog on Saturday as well.
We've got Ebbsfleet.
Yeah, Colchester.
Oh, Colchester's a long way, isn't it? Yeah.
I went to Layer Road, so I wanted to go to the new ground, because
man.
It's very seldom nowadays I get on a new ground. I've been to like 120 odd.
Layer Road was ridiculous, let's say. It's one of the worst.
I just remember, I think I was about 19, stood at the front reading a programme, and the next thing, the programme's ripped in half, and the balls hit me on the fod. In the warm-up.
I've been it with the ball. I've done that off the same player 3 times. 3 times off the same player.
I think he might have been trying to tell you something, darling.
I hope not, because I was only young at the time.
Oh.
Moving on before we definitely get cancelled. Kieran, any standout results for you?
You could have skipped that bit. No one would have known. Kieran pretending to frigging face palm. He's 18. He loves it. Come join him with the grown-ups. It's the most mature of all of us.
Mummy, what does that mean?
No comment.
Dave Chandler, what?
Dave Chandler did what with who? He put his what with? God.
How has this podcast won an award? I think it'll be getting taken from us. If they actually watched it, I don't think the people who ran the award show actually watched this before we got nominated. If they came back and watched it, I think we'd be literally stripped of our award.
Listen, we get people that love us because we are what we are.
What are we
Mental.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, is this true, Kieran? Are you regretting joining the team
No,
now?
of course not. I would never regret joining this. Where's my sign that says please help?
What's Wolsey apologising for?
No idea. What are you apologising for?
I mean, it's fine, whatever, darling. Don't worry.
Wolsey's thinking now. Should he join or should he not? Come on and talk, Reading. Yeah, it's all on you, Wolsey. That's all on you.
Wolsey.
We'll go to the midweek games. Kieran, I'll start with you. Any standout results for you on there?
I'm trying to see if Bristol have lost. They didn't play. All right.
Wicked.
My usual philosophy of Fleetwood losing every week is gone in the bin. So you're welcome, Fleetwood. I have caused your rejuvenation.
They came back, I think, from 2-0 down. Fleetwood.
Yeah, what Danny said about Burton being not great. I mean, when you're losing to Carlisle, evidently you're not very great. So, yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? Wigan beating Bolton. I mean, the amount of things that were put on social media after that game alone was just enough to be funny. And poor Shrewsbury. I love Shrewsbury, but they didn't get a good result, did they? Let's be fair. They were crap.
And as jinxed them well and truly.
Oh, but Farley won.
Again.
Another 1-0.
When does it win?
They're always winning these days, aren't they?
Farley.
I'm so jealous, Farley.
It's very funny that like the top three, they all drop points on Saturday, I think it was, and all of their fan bases start like complaining and moaning and stuff like that. It's like it's first, second, third in League One, and like everyone's just like saying, "Oh, is the manager up to it?
It's the same with us.
On? It's so
ridiculous.
Like, come on, it's just it's mad. It's like if you don't want the top three, we'll take it if you want. Won again.
I was convinced that was what Stockport and Mansfield were doing for a good while, just offering teams in, but nobody's taken it, have they? Well, Mansfield has. We'll go into that later.
Is Farley coming on, Claire, or not?
He literally, his message was, he put, "I'm home, are you still on?" And I put, "Yeah, you come in." And he put, "Yeah." And then he put, "Only a few minutes ago, sorry, darling, sorting the dogs out and checking Amy because she's got COVID." So guess
what we'll do then, we don't know if Farley's coming, so we'll get onto the table, we'll go to League Two, and if he does come on here, we will allow him to talk Stevenage. Might let him wait till the end. I know. So, the League One table, and yes, Danny, you are in capital letters.
Come on.
Woo!
That's what I come on for.
I love it. So, top of the table, I don't know if is that wrong now as well with Reading? I'm not too sure. Don't know when that happened.
I think that's with their points.
No, I think
is that right?
Yeah, I think that's still right. Yeah.
I didn't want anyone calling me out in the chat, so I thought I'd just pre-warn just in case. But top of the table, we have Portsmouth on 73 points, Derby a second on 66 points, Bolton, Bolton, our third on 66 points, Barnsley fourth on 63 points, Peterborough a fifth on 59 points, Stevenage a sixth and they're also on 59 points, and then in the relegation zone we have Cheltenham in 21st on 32 points, Port Vale a 22nd on 31 points, Fleetwood a 23rd on 26 points, and bottom of the table we have Carlisle United on 20 points.
I think you can say goodbye. You can say goodbye, I think, to Fleetwood and Carlisle. And still boldly gonna say Cheltenham are staying up. And
I think so too.
How long have I been saying that for? As soon as Darryl Clark was appointed, I think I'm actually shocked how have some played 30 and some have played 35. Like that's crazy.
I think is it like the cups and stuff?
Charlton are in trouble, aren't they? Burton.
I think Charlton are going to be fine now. But yeah, Burton, I can see dropping after that last two performances. Port Vale, I thought were going to change under Darren Moore as well. I thought it was going to bring a lot to them. But I think that was their first point under him on Tuesday night. But they've got let that 2-goal lead slip against Fleetwood. That's an awful result to drop that. Obviously, got the games in hand, but you've got to win them. And I don't know, just don't see them getting out of it. I see Cheltenham, if anyone, like you say, Claire, I think Cheltenham are the ones that they've slowly been doing it through the season. They were right at the bottom at the start. They couldn't score a goal. They couldn't get a win. They couldn't get a point. And he's just slowly and gradually, and not under the radar, but he's slowly moving them up. And I just got a feeling that they might sneak out of it at the last minute.
Also, they say in Bolton have played 34, so I'm sorry if I'm a mistake. There's so many graphics to do, so I do apologise for that one mistake.
I've just seen Wolsey's comment. Yeah, of course Reading are in trouble. And Reading are in trouble because of their owners. And that's the reason why I never say about them being in trouble, because I just think it's all awful. Because, look, you should be on you should be in 14th. Like, that's the short of it. And if you had decent owners, you'd probably be better than 14th. But yeah, of course you're in trouble because of situation. It's a situational issue, unfortunately. So hard.
It's rubbish, innit?
Yeah, it is.
Paul has put at the top, it's Portsmouth's to lose.
Yeah,
Michael still thinks that Barnsley can still win the league.
Nah.
No, I don't think so.
10 points.
I think they've got a chance in the playoffs for sure. Because I think.
Hold on a minute. If you look, they're 10 points behind, but they've got 2 games in hand over Portsmouth, so that'd take them to what, 70 or 69 if they won. That's only 4 points behind.
Well, they don't need to finish top either, don't they? It'll be to win it. Yeah, they do. I thought you said promoted. Oh God, no. They don't need to finish top to win the league. No, I think.
I nearly spat the drink out there.
I'm glad you said it, Danny, because that's something I'd end up saying. I'm glad it wasn't me for a change.
Dear. I can see him winning the playoffs, though, Barnsley, for sure. Because like one of the top 3 who have been so good all season will feel that kind of hit from not finishing in the top 2. So I can see Barnsley winning the playoffs, and the team in 5th are not going to win the playoffs at all. So, yes.
Do you really not like Peterborough?
No, of course I don't like Peterborough. No.
Right.
We played them on Tuesday night. It's our derby.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. We got them away on Tuesday night. We beat them in August at home with like a crazy goal in the 96th minute. It's the first time we've beaten for like 20 odd years or so. So we've got the away game on Tuesday night. So I'll report back on Thursday if we win. But, yeah, not a fan. So their playoff collapse last season was one of the funniest things I've ever seen on TV. It was
don't talk about playoff collapses, please.
Beautiful.
Darwin.
Sorry.
We were 8 minutes from League One. 8 minutes.
I still can't believe. I still can't believe, like, especially now, I can't believe that Carlisle won that. I don't. Yeah, Good Friday. That's it. Yeah, it should be good. We should bring a fair few down. So yeah. Like I said earlier, if there's anything we can do as a fan base, just let us know. Give us a shout.
We've got the right team to be playing on Good Friday.
Are you playing on Good Friday?
Right. This is a massive clue. Meat free.
Is that Forest Green? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, bless Wolsey. Look, it definitely won't be a Good Friday for us. You
don't know. But, I mean, we'll probably be on the beach by that point, so it might well be. Yeah.
Who would you rather play, Posh or Cambridge?
You always want the derby, but now we've beaten them. I just want them gone now. So I'm like, I don't mind if they go up so much because we've had that moment of beating them. So I was like, well, there's always the threat of them coming and hammering us next season now. And so, I mean, you always want it, though. You always want that bit of spice and the derby atmosphere and stuff. So yeah, I don't mind Cambridge, but yeah, I'll take Posh every season. We'll give them a go.
Love that. I've just had some news through as well. I'm really sorry. I know it's totally off topic, but my dad's just texted me and he's been at the fans forum and he's just put that the takeover sounds really promising. They want us back in a football league and to develop players. If share votes goes through, it could be done by the end of March. Fingers crossed.
Nice.
That's exciting.
That sounds like what they need to sort it out, wasn't it? The share issue, because it's to make it so that they're not paying or trying to pay off individual sharers or something like that. That's from what I understand of it.
Yeah, I'm really glad as well. I'll talk more about it when we get to National League, but I'm really glad that we still want to develop players because that's what Rochdale's all about. You know, developing like
Yeah, we've got a fantastic guy from Rochdale, absolutely amazing, and is a massive part of our team at 20 years old, like huge part of our team.
I feel like we've got someone who used to play for Rochdale.
Delaney.
Ryan Delaney. He did used to play for you, yeah. I know he played for Scunthorpe.
To us.
he played for Scunthorpe at one point, didn't he? And I didn't know whether it was Scunthorpe and Rochdale, but yeah.
Oh, I'm dead pleased for Rochdale to hear that news. Really
pleased. Poor Delaney is out for the rest of the season. It's something to do with his leg after a sliding challenge. I don't like that result. Skip it, please.
As well, Wolsey's got a connection as well. If anyone's got any Rochdale connections, please feel free to put them in. Happy times now. I'm happy again. Just hopefully it'll happen. Sam as well. Jim at McNulty. I will talk about him later because
he used
I
to
love
play
him so
for
much.
County. Do you know he's only got one kidney?
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like a great chant that he just did. Like, he used to play for County. He's only got one kidney. Jimmy McNulty.
We'll have to do it. Oh, funny.
He
All the
came from
connections now.
Chile. He's got just one kidney. McNulty. Whoa.
I really do hope he sees the funny side of that.
He will.
So, who wants to go first out of you two?
Go on.
I'll get it out the way.
Go on, the big
It's
screen
fine.
pose.
This is fitting. Really fitting. Well,
I still can't believe you've got a white sheet behind you.
do I need to prove that it's a white sheet any more than doing that moves?
What's it hanging on?
I've got a stand. I can't show you. Well, maybe I can. There you go. There's like a big frame, and it's all stood on that. Do you want me to remove? I will remove the sheet. Do you want me to get rid of the sheet?
No.
No.
Go on. Talk football, Kieran. Talk football.
Yeah.
Speaking of plastic things.
What, Newport?
It's made of plastic.
No, Milton Keynes.
I-
Milton Keynes.
Well, this is
Franchise.
made of plastic as well. So that's all fitting. But to define that result in one word, crap. So we had went and played, I believe it was Gillingham we played the week before. We got a really big win there. It was all great, all fine and dandy. And it's crap now. It's bad. Just I have nothing else to say. It was
I
just
don't
bad.
like it.
I don't like it. I want that result to go away, please. I don't know what that was. It was like a...
You did a shit Welsh accent.
You know, I got really, really humbled because I went on a Gillingham podcast and there was this one guy who put in the comments, Kieran, are you from America? And I went, you cheeky baguette. I'm from America, you cheeky baguette. But no, so weirdly, we went to Walsall a few weeks ago, and we were 3-0 up within 30 minutes, and it was all going great, and we kind of just killed the game off. We were on the receiving end of that. They were 3-0 up after, I think it was like half hour, and then they just kind of passed it around the back for the most part, and they just tore through our defence with one pass, and I understand why, because we usually play a very high line and very high intensity and tempo, and when you've not got a very big squad, it doesn't tend to benefit you when you're going from, you know, one really tough game, one really tough physical game, to then a team that, as much as they are plastic like the sheet behind me, they do play really good football. So, I mean, credit where credit's due in that regard, but that is all the positives I will say about that club I shall not name. And yeah, thankfully Tuesday made it a bit better, but I hate how close this league is, because usually I'm chilling by now. Usually we're safe and on the beach, so to speak, but we're not, because we have to worry about a playoffs of possibility. So it's a good problem to have, because I would have snapped your hand off. I would have snapped your hand off for 20-second on goal difference at the start of the season, but yeah, it's a unique one, because usually we're not really caring about the football by now, and we kind of have to, and we're not benefited by fixtures. Hopefully the 4-1 win over Harrogate on Tuesday kind of gives us the confidence we needed, because we had a couple of players returning from injury, and they were absolutely fantastic. Zanzala was out for a better part of the year. I think he was out for just over 12 months, and he came back and scored a brace. To do that on your first start in over a year, it's quite remarkable. And we had Kyle Jameson, who he's been all around the year. I think he's played for Oldham. I don't think he's played for Rochdale, but either way, I think he was one of the defenders that we saw him for about 6 games, got injured, and he was out for, I don't know, he's been out for like 6 months or so. But he was one of our best players for the start of the season, just because of how different he is compared to the rest of our defenders, because he's really quick. And given we play a high pressing line and all this other stuff, it's quite nice to have a defender that's able to track back and not get beaten by pace. So it was very nice. And I hope he's not injured, because apparently he's picked someone else up following the end of the Harrogate game, but we're all hoping it was just cramp because it was his first start in so long. But yeah, we move on to Mansfield now on
Come on.
Saturday.
Come on.
We'll try. We'll give it a good go. And I remember vividly saying, so I did a podcast today, I remember vividly saying, I don't expect to win, but I would snap your hand off for a point. I'd snap your hand off for a lot of things in this league.
Newport have picked up points against teams that are up near the top of the table. You know, you've got a win against Stoke, you've got a win against Wrexham. Why not go and beat Mansfield? I think you can do it. Well,
see, the thing is, I'd love to. Don't get me wrong, because not only does it benefit you, and I want Stockport to go up as much as the next person after the absolute nightmare that was the playoffs last season. I know playoff final heartbreak more than anyone, but yeah, it would be quite nice for that reason, and also for the reason that if we win and results go our way, we'll be 7th. So there's very much the actual potential that we can get something. But when you go from Mansfield to, I don't need to talk about how good they are. They're probably the only consistent team in the league, and then you've got Stockport, who we've beaten, yes, but I'm not going to have the...
Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Not only will I be happy if it happens out of a football aspect, but I put at the start of the season we'd finish in the playoffs just for a laugh. And it's a very nice return. So if we could do that, it'd be fantastic. But I'll be double heartbroken now if we don't do it, because we're so close to actually being there, but at the same time we're so far. All we need is 2 bad losses, and then that's just kind of it. But
think positive, Kieran.
I think the thing is with Newport, nobody expected anything, and like you said at the start of the season, you would have taken someone's hand off to not go down. But I think it shows that League 2 is probably better in quality, and whilst it might seem that maybe like everybody's inconsistent, I think it's because there's a lot of good teams, and on your day a lot of people can just beat anyone. It's actually, if you look at it as an outsider, it's probably a competitive league. It's probably a neutral's like ideal, because they're gonna see something.
Well, there's been so many shock results over the past 2 game weeks, isn't there? So at the end of the day, if you're a neutral looking at that league, it probably is, and I'm going to say this because I'm in the midst of this lovely playoff battle, but I generally think it is the most exciting division at the minute within those top 4 tiers. I don't think there's really any other...
yeah, that's what I was getting at, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll say a blunt best league. Best league. If we would have lost to Wrexham twice, I would have said worst league. But we beat them and have evidently, and I will take credit for this, we've evidently started the downfall of Wrexham, and the documentary is going to dry up, guys. It's going to dry up and everyone's going to get bored of it. Aled.
But
I'm going to have to say it to you now. We ruined your season. We'll beat you in the playoff final at Wembley now.
I think...
Repeat to 2013.
Yeah, I suppose what you just said probably leads quite nicely on to talking about Stockport a little bit, because you say about the playoff heartbreak. Like, I was never sad, and it's probably quite weird for me to sit there and say, like, we were 8 minutes away from League One, but I was never sad about it. Even at the time, my friend was crying, and I was like, "What are you crying for? It's our first season back in the Football League. Like, look how well we've done." Like, and genuinely, that's all I was at. I was like, this is mega. And then obviously this season, we started really badly. We went on that stupidly good winning run. And then good old Newport finished it. I ended up on crutches, and things have gone to shit since.
Don't get my feet out. Don't get my feet out.
What can I say, guys? We've got it to 2 teams. The downfall of Stockport and Wrexham, all caused by Newport.
I think
send letters here.
This cardigan's really, really hot. So Saturday, I mean, we don't really talk about 0-0s because there's a reason we don't, but we had 20 shots on target. Yeah, we had 69% possession. We hit the woodwork. The keeper scored 9 out of 10 on a rating. Like, he was belting. And it was just one of them days where you're watching a football match and you're like, you know what? We've not played shit. We didn't play great, but we had a lot of possession and a lot of chances. And, like, Neil Byrne was in a completely incredible place to score. Is a centre back. He shot himself and squared the ball. Like, he had an empty net to aim for, and it was just typical of, like, that day for us. Like, there was just something about that day where you just kind of never felt we were going to win, and because it was just one of those games. But I feel like we're just having one too many of those games at the moment, and considering for a long time we were top scorers of the league, it's a little bit concerning that we're off the ball a little bit. We're conceding a lot of set pieces. But having said that, we've got 2 clean sheets in a row, 2 0-0 draws in a row. And Gillingham, who are our bogey team, so I'm happy with a point against Gillingham always. But I think we needed to win that Swindon game. I'm being dead honest. I think we needed to win it. We go away to Colchester this weekend. They've got the Cowleys. I really highly rate the Cowleys. And by all accounts, even though they're still kind of towards the bottom of the table, by all accounts, they're playing quite well. Yeah. But it's, you know what? Promotion's in our hands, and that's the nice thing about it. Like, and I enjoyed being top of the league, but I've said all along, like, what?
I just
had a beep somewhere. Yeah. Oh, did you hear that as well? I thought it was just...
No, it just scared me. I jumped on.
Yeah, it's Daisy's monitor. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I plugged it back in. I kind of thought I thought I might not.
I've just checked Colchester. Out of their last 5, they've drawn 4. So they're a hard team to beat, in all fairness.
Do you know what? And that's the thing. We're second in the league, but we've only won 6 out of our last 20 games. Like, that's pretty bad for a team that's second in the league. And I think, you know, obviously I've been... what did you say? You don't like Stockport?
Because you couldn't beat Swindon.
Sorry, darling. Must do better. We've got 4 points.
Take it on the chin.
If it's any consolation, we have got 4 points off him this season. So, you know, it's not a bad return. I think I just enjoyed us being top of the league for for 4 months, because it's a team that I've seen in non-league for so long. And I know I always bang on about non-league, but I hated it. I tried to like it, but I hated it. Like, the Conference, not so much, because we were doing quite well. But the Conference North, I detested it. I tried so hard to like it. But it's just a bad time for our club. And now, having followed us at that really, really bad low and being an administration low, like, we're second in League 2 in our second league back. Like, reality check. we've got our football team. We've got the investment of a magnificent owner. We're heading in the right direction in every single way. Like, I don't care about winning the league. And I said, it would have been nice, but I don't care. Top 3 is all I'm bothered about. And it's still all I'm bothered about. But I do admit there are some concerns at the moment with our form and the way that we're playing. But there again, I love Dave Challoner and I completely trust in him to sort it out. So I'm still positive. I'm not down about it. Like, I've got my football club. We're in a great position. Yeah. Happy days.
I can't hear Dave Challoner's name anymore without thinking about the start of this podcast.
I tried not to. I
I
tried not to laugh, and then I saw like your smile slowly get bigger, and I was like, "Oh no!" Yeah, trust Dave Challoner, right? God alive.
Well, obviously I've said it in the chat as well. I just want to read out it's match analysis because last week I did miss it because there were just far too much chat. So I'm going to say it now. He has put, in the first half, we created opportunities, but hardly had any on target if we did at all. But Gillingham started the second half better than us, scored a good goal too. We made substitutions too late to make any impact in the game. We had moments, but didn't take them. We deserve the loss.
Gillingham is such a weird team because I always see them getting taking points off the top end of the table. But in the entire time Newport and Gillingham have been in the same league, we've never lost to them. We always either draw or beat them. We've beaten them twice this season, and we're about to beat Stockport twice this season as well, just to keep the playoff charge on. But yeah, they're an interesting team, aren't they?
Yeah. Dietrich is a Bradford fan. And she has put, gutted our game was called off 1 hour before kickoff. Apparently parts of the pitch wasn't playable, but Barrow did an open training session after it was called off. We've got Notts County on Saturday.
Dietrich, this is actually on my list to talk about, believe it or not.
Go on then, Claire.
That game being called off is the biggest joke of the weekend. Like, I've seen pictures of the pitch. There was fuck all wrong with that pitch. That referee could not be asked to do his job. He got there and he thought, you know what? I fancy going down the pub for a pint. Like, there's no other plausible explanation. Like, it was fine.
It was fun. There was a little bit of there was like a patch in the corner, but it wasn't even on the pitch. It was on the sidelines behind the goal, and like, it's really ironic that it was against Bradford. Did you see the state of their pitch against Wickham? Like, what are you on about? And the only reason I laugh is I shouldn't laugh. But poor Charlie, this guy who does
Charlie.
Charlie. He does some stuff for lower league luck, and the poor bloke, he made the trip all the way up to Barrow.
Yeah, do you know they have actually put in an official complaint.
As they should.
Called off. Yeah, I agree, and it's an absolute joke.
He went up there. It was all good in the stadium. Got called off an hour before, and he had booked train tickets where you can only leave at a certain time to make it cheaper. So we had 4 hours in Barrow, and
that's not the type of place.
There's bugger all to do in Barrow.
To be fair, he lives in Bradford. There's not that much. Sorry, Dietrich.
There is bugger all to do in Barrow. Like, he sent me a few videos of like some of the streets, and it looks like it's AI generated because it's just the same house, block after block. I looked at it and I went, of every place you could get stuck, Barrow. Really? You poor thing, middle of nowhere.
I tell you the most exciting thing about this week for our football club. There's rumours that we're going to have another pre-season trip to Spain.
Ooh.
I loved that last pre-season. It was mega. Although, we ended up inadvertently staying at the same hotel as the team. And the same hotel as Lincoln. And because obviously I'm a female with a lot of body consciousness, me and my friend literally sunbathed at the very, very corner of the, like, outside, and we refused to even get up and go in the pool until they'd all gone to training, so that we didn't have to walk in swimwear in front of them. So it was not particularly the best move. So we might need to rethink the hotel plans.
Travaglia.
Yeah, you ended up in the same hotel. It's crazy.
On
purpose, or is it?
No,
Someone tells me there was one hotel. Was there only one hotel in this kind of vicinity?
There was loads. We ran into everybody. Literally, we're checking in at the hotel, and Ethan Ross, who was our keeper at the time, is moved to Altrincham now. He just went, "I'll meet Clare." Is a Geordie. "I'll meet Clare." Then we got in the lift to go to our room, and a sweaty Ibitori comes in and goes, "Sorry about the state of me." I was like, so yeah, that was interesting.
I think the most exciting news we've got this week, other than the win we got, was that, I don't know, when we play Morecambe at home soon, and they're doing this deal thing where if you're a season ticket holder, you can bring a friend with you for like a tenner or something, and like tickets are usually like 20 quid. So
yeah, but then the downside of that is they've got to go to Newport.
Good point.
It's a dangerous ground.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, really.
We like, admittedly, it's a garden shed, but it's my garden shed.
It's dangerous.
Well, yeah, it's dangerous when you fall over twice. Yeah, I've been there countless times and I've never fallen over.
Yeah, but when have you sat in the away end?
I don't really plan on sitting in the away end personally, but one day I'll sit in the away end just to see if I fall, and I'll let you know.
Oh, funny.
I don't think this was a Newport thing, Claire. I think you would have fallen anywhere on that day.
I was the fourth person to fall over that day, you know, in that spot.
Just going back to Aled as well, he has put another match analysis. In regards to Forest Green away, I had a vegan pasta and it was the highlight of the day. If you were a neutral at the game, you wouldn't have thought Forest Green were bottom of the league. They were more fluid played.
Can we just hear a bit more about this vegan pasta? Can you tell us about it, please?
Apparently, I've never been to Forest Green, despite it being the closest away day, right? And it's because I will actively try to ignore it. But what I have been told is that the chips there are really, really good. So I'm kind of interested.
Don't sell chips. I got told they don't sell chips because
they're made of potatoes, man. What do you want about they don't do chips?
No, they told Duncan Ferguson, didn't they? They bought him when he was a manager. They bought a load of chips, didn't they?
Aye.
There was a photo of them with, I think it was their owner with Duncan Ferguson. They bought him some chips, and then Duncan Ferguson didn't realise that they were vegan.
Oh right, if I can get chips, that's all right.
Right, I was about to say I didn't think bloody chips had meat in them.
Vegan pasties.
No, I heard that they didn't sell them because they're unhealthy and the owner's a health freak.
No,
it's all like vegan healthy
stuff. It's gonna be vegan, but chips are vegan. Grow up.
I'm fucking aware of that, but
why wouldn't they serve chips?
As I've said 3 times now, because I thought the owner was a health freak that wouldn't sell anything unhealthy.
He's a vegan freak. He's not a
I
know. He'll do. If he wants to do chips, he'll do chips.
We do chips
plenty
now
of seasoning.
Simon has put, I was ill the day we went to Forest Green, so never tried the food.
That's a hangover, isn't it?
Oh, you poor thing. Oh, not having to eat Forest Green.
Our very own Josh as well has put in.
Hi,
Hope you're all enjoying the show. Remember, every time you subscribe, an angel gets its wings. We probably had people unsubscribe tonight. We will probably have less followers, so I do apologise.
Duncan Ferguson gets an extra chip for every sub. For every subscription, Duncan Ferguson gets 1 extra Forest Green Rovers chip.
And Dave Challoner gets another fist.
Oh no!
See, every time Forest Green win now, we just gonna have that image in your head. And they've got what's his face? Cottrell in charge now, haven't they? Forest Green.
Oh bloody no!
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope he
good
like
guy.
chips and not the other thing involved.
Yeah,
Don't matter anyway. Go home and eat a steak.
exactly. Bring your
funny.
Twixes.
Twixes.
Your Freddos.
Out of these other results as well, we'll go to Saturday first. Is there any more standouts for you guys? I mean, Crewe are really smashing it at the minute, aren't they?
I've got to give it to him. I've got to give it to him. They've taken our place at the top of the table. They're absolutely smashing it. They're absolutely scoring for fun. And their fans must be having the best of seasons. They weren't even sure if they were happy about keeping him as their manager. So fair play to Mansfield, fair play to Nigel Clough, and you deserve to be top of the table.
I love Crewe. I just really like Crewe. I got it.
We talk about Crewe or Mansfield.
I didn't know, but I'm looking at Crewe because Mickey Dimitriev scored, and every time he scores, I get happy.
Nobody loves Crewe. Nobody loves Crewe.
I just said I do. The same way you agreed that Forest Green guy is a vegan freak. I like Crewe because of one player and one player only. Other than that, I don't care about them. Mickey Dimitriou is getting a statue up in Newport, right? Whether he likes it or not. And he scores for fun for Crewe, so he'll get a statue there as well. Anyway, so Sutton got to draw a cold check.
And Walsall as well. They're doing well. They've got 4 wins in a row. They're really well. They've snuck in. They're like timing their run really well. I think they've won 2 this week. Smashing it.
Yep.
They're in the playoff spot, aren't they?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's tight.
Hey, look, I like that result. You could leave that one on there. I like that one.
Sutton on Tuesday night. Jesus. Like I apologise, but you have to mention that. And actually, do you know what? Notts County are the top scorers in the league. For them to be top scorers in the league, only Sutton have conceded more goals than them. And straight away, the very first time I came on it, they'd started really well. And I said to Shah and I said to Anne, I said, I think Notts County's downfall will be the defence. And at the time, they were playing well, they were getting results. And I said, I think that will be their undoing. And it seems to be the case, doesn't it? Like, to score so many goals. And I don't think you can blame it on the new manager, because out of the last 19 games, he's only been in charge for 7 of them.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's the 19 games is since the purple patch started. So you've actually got to give the blame to Luke Williams as well.
I completely agree.
So I think it's not a manager problem, but they need to sort it out, because they're getting they're really collapsing down the league, aren't they?
We'll have a look now.
Yeah, look at that. That was good. Good job, mate. Oh my God, we're in capitals.
I know.
That's it. And call the season off. That's it. I'm done. That's
just
enough.
Very quickly. I just want to put that on, and I want to put Sam's comment up. A win for Uncle Nick. Get in, Uncle Nick.
Oh,
Winter Town.
I have to talk. So bear with me one moment while I go and get it.
No problem.
Yeah, all good. But I saw a comment, now I can't remember, but he said it, saying that there was no clean sheets. I was really annoyed in the way we lost our clean sheet, because we were 4-0 up. We were really good, fantastic 4-0 cruise control, and all of a sudden they've scored a worldie. That's the one negative I take from from Tuesday is that we lost a clean sheet to an absolute worldie. So, yeah, not too fun, but at least we were 4-0 up at that point. So, I the real things that I can complain about, right? Only winning by 3 goals. Ugh.
What's it like to score a goal? So
even we scored goals as well.
I'd just like to share this. Oh, friggin' hell,
I'll do a big screen. Big screen.
Big screen.
I'd just like to share this with you. This is a pin badge with a Swindon badge on it. But the middle of this badge here is a charity dedication to the Derby Rimmer Foundation. Now, I just wanted to talk about that because after I got that from Uncle Nick today, I had a quick Google about it. I've heard about it in the past. And basically, Stephen Derby, who is the husband of England ladies player, Manchester City player, Steph Horton, has motor neuron disease. His very close friend, Chris Rimmer, has also got motor neuron disease. So this that I got off Uncle Nick says that it's led by former top flight footballer Stephen Derby and his close friend Chris Rimmer. The pair formed the Derby Rimmer Motor Neuron Disease Foundation after the former Liverpool, Bradford and Bolton player was diagnosed with motor neuron disease in 2018. British Forces veteran Chris have received the same diagnosis 3 years previously. So I don't know if you know much about motor neuron disease, but I took a little bit of time just to try and learn a little bit about it. And there's no cure for motor neuron disease. It's dreadful and it eats away at every single part of your body, apart from your brain. So as you're trying to talk, you can't get your words out, but your brain knows what you want to say. And so while you are still able to speak, generally, you go somewhere and you're recorded and you say absolutely thousands of words so that when you do lose your speech, you can have a computer built to speak your own voice to people through the computerized thing. And that's done by looking at the screen, which is so clever. But it's got no cure. So the only outcome of motor neuron disease is sadly death. And I do recommend that obviously you support these charities when you can. Rob Burrow is another high profile example, but it's a really sad diagnosis, and the average person passes away within 2 years of diagnosis. So the fact that some people, obviously Rob Burrows has got Kev Sinfield doing remarkable stuff to bring awareness about it. But it's just devastating. It's absolutely devastating. And there's just the fact that there's no cure for it. If you can support it, definitely support it. So thanks for this, Uncle Nick.
Yeah, definitely.
God, I'm a bit emotional now. It's proper teared me up. But yeah, it is really sad. And like I said, Stephen Derby played for us. It was part of the side under Keith Hill. So yeah, it's definitely something very close to like our hearts being Rochdale fans as well. And yeah, if there's anything that people can do, whether it is to buy a pin badge, whether it's to kind of raise awareness about anything as well, please do, because like we said, if there's anything anybody in the chat wants us to speak about on the podcast, we're more than happy to do that, because as much as we like a laugh, as much as we like talking football, we do love raising awareness as well for certain things. I know you've done it in the past as well, haven't you, Claire? So yeah, please do. Please do. As well, Simon has put Stephen Hawking suffered with it, I believe.
Yeah, he did. I think he was the person that had lived the absolute longest with it as well.
Yeah. No. Proper sad.
Just to cheer you up a bit, look how Uncle Nick signed the sheet. Oh God, why can't I find the camera? Where is it?
Oh, love it.
Ah,
I love Uncle Nick. Love Uncle Nick.
I know.
Bless him. Just at the end of League Two, we will look at the table. So I'm really sorry, Claire. Top of the league.
Second in League Two.
I know. Top
Who's
of the league.
10th in
We
League
have
Two?
Mansfield on 63 points. Stockport are second, also on 63 points. Crew are third on 61 points. Wrexham are fourth on 60 points. MK Dons behind them on 58 points. Barrow are sixth on 53 points. And Walsall are seventh on 51 points. And then in the relegation zone, we have Forest Green, who are 23rd on 27 points. Sutton are bottom with 26 points. But Grimsby, I'm very worried about
I think
Grimsby.
there's one more thing I do actually want to mention when it comes to League Two, and it is to do with Grimsby.
Yeah.
They play Forest Green on the weekend, which is in this context very much a 6 pointer. I believe it's, in all fairness, I think Grimsby have played 32 and Forest Green have played 34. So, you know, there's the potential games in hand, but when they're not picking up results, there's the question if those games in hand really mean anything. So, yeah, I didn't really expect Grimsby to be anywhere near that, that relegation zone. I don't think really anyone did, given, the upwards trajectory they were on after the cup run and how they spent their money and all this other stuff. But yeah, it hasn't worked out for them. And look at them, poor things. They're in a relegation battle, so they play Forest Green, and Claire's laughing, and I'm very concerned. I don't know what I've missed.
Here's a fantastic story for you all.
Oh God!
You know that county fans are in trouble when Stockport County Twitter is. So, somebody tweeted Northwest Water this evening and said, "I've just."
I don't think you could tweet that. Can you spell it?
I've just seen one of your engineers get out of a van and piss on the back wheel, right? And so, in Poyntham. So, someone replies from Northwest Water saying, "We're really sorry to hear that. Do you have registration details?" And then County pile on. What are you doing grassing over a workman who doesn't have access to a toilet, who is probably bursting? There's no public toilets near there. He's doing what he's got to do, and it's not illegal to piss on the back of your van. Then he carries on, and he's reporting them, and the whole of County's Twitter is like, "Stop being a grass, nobody likes a grass, just look the other way." And the best reply, which has just been put in one of our group chats, which is the reason that I'm laughing, someone has just said, "I hope your next shit is a porcupine." I hope your next shit's a porcupine.
Oh, my life.
That is quality. That is absolute quality. Oh, bless as well. Dietrich's put former Bradford City player, Philippe, is it Murray?
Marias, yeah.
Marias is organising a March of the Day on the 22nd to the 24th of March, which is a walk from Bradford City to Anfield. Please donate if you can. So if anybody is able to donate, please, please, please do.
What's that for, Dietrich?
As well, Sam has put, it's illegal to piss on the back of your van normally, Claire. Charges for this level of legal advice.
Thanks, Claire. I'll be making sure to put that down in my notes next time I have to piss on a van. It's not a crime.
No, the back of your van, I think it is.
Back of my van.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah,
telling me I can't piss on the back of someone else's van?
The back wheel of your own van. I should have.
Oh, can it not be the front wheel?
Well, I don't know.
Is the front wheel a bit too far?
Too
forward.
I mean.
We should do I think it's just about life in general, this podcast, isn't it?
I think it's my fault. Everything award winning joined. Here we are.
Look, that's amazing. That's some walk. How far is it?
Bradford to Liverpool. It's across the Pennines, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I would never have known.
Across the hills.
Over the hills and far away.
All right, I'm gonna search it real quick.
While you're searching, Kieran, I want to talk about Chesterfield 2, Rochdale 2.
What a result!
What a result. And obviously the news broke last week about the possible liquidation, and then you cannot fault Jim McNulty and these players, because no matter what's going behind the scenes, this group of players, I mean, wow. First half, I think we had the better of the chances. But then second half, Chesterfield being Chesterfield, they came out and got 2 early goals. But in true fighting spirit, yes, we came back. And yes, I'm shocked. As much as everybody else, I am shocked. Damani Mella, I was so happy for him because he's had some stick recently. We had him on loan last season, and then obviously he's come back on loan this season as well. And it didn't really go down too well with our fans last season. He was part of a relegation squad. Jim McNulty's brought him back in, so obviously he sees potential, and he got a goal. He really did deserve this goal as well because he worked really hard this game. Does not stop running, Damani Mella, so I was really happy for him. And Devante Rodney, I was so happy for him, because if anybody has seen this podcast, they've known about me talking about Devante Rodney's struggles. He had a heart problem. He's still obviously got the reoccurring heart problem, but he's been really poorly earlier on in the season. And then he got a couple of games where he did come back and he featured, but then obviously he got a really bad injury and he came back and scored. So I'm so buzzing, but what a result by us. And there was times when we did get it back to 2-2 where Chesterfield should have, and he could have gone on and won the game as well. They had so many chances, but our players put the bodies on the line. Tiernan Brooks, our goalkeeper, made some really good saves as well. So yeah, I'm absolutely made up with a point at Chesterfield. I would have completely snatched your hand off of that before that game, but yeah. Definitely did deserve it.
That is a great point.
That's a great
result.
Good.
It's a fantastic point. And like I said, the title charge is now back on. Chesterfield are going to real slip up here, lose every game until the end of the season.
The only sad thing is, though, somebody actually put a table up and we can't catch Chesterfield now. So even though we did get a point, and I thought, come on, we're going to win this. We're going to win the league now. It can't happen. So we will have to get second. I'm joking.
Well, I thought I'd say it now. The walk from Bradford, I'm going to assume it's the University of Bradford Stadium, to Anfield is 62.6 miles, which... If you're putting it into an apparent walking perspective, 23 hours, 28 minutes, apparently. So it's a lot of walking.
Yeah, fair play.
That's really, really good, that. And hopefully they can raise a lot of money as well. Bless them. So if anybody can contribute, please do. Mr. Luke, he has mentioned, obviously, Gateshead 4, Oxford City 0. Played some good stuff in the little parts of the game, Oxford did, but the quality was just not there from them. We were just cutting them open and looked dangerous. Threat going up front overall. I think that's dominate performance from us. However, Oxford are looking doomed for relegation. Please don't say that, Mr. Luke, because we've got them very soon. We have got them very soon as well. So you know what will happen. Chris has obviously said Chesterfield dropping points again. Nice to see. Aled, what a result for Southend. I mean, they've had 2 really good results as well. Southend 4, Aldershot 1.
Amazing.
I mean, Aldershot were looking good. That's very good. And I'm pretty certain as well they won midweek, Southend. Let me double check.
Yeah, I've got 3 in a row now.
2-1 at Altrincham. They were also a very good team up there. But
they could sneak in still. Like Southend is still... Well, they're 10 points off the players, but they've got a game in hand. They've got a bit of momentum going now.
Yeah. Weird, isn't it? Southend were another team that were in trouble, weren't they?
And they've been
deducted.
They get deducted about 14 points or something in total.
Something like that, yeah. It was stupid amounts.
A great result for Kidderminster as well, who have picked up some impressive results since Phil Brown's come in for him.
Definitely against obviously Oldham, and I was talking about Oldham because even though they have been a bit up and down, I think even though this result obviously wasn't the best result for them, I think they will get playoffs. I think they're very strong, Oldham. They've got a lot of very good players, and as much as it pains me to say it, yeah. But one I wanted to talk about as well, Dorking 1, Ebbsfleet 4. Dorking are really struggling, They're in relegation now, so not a good result for them, especially considering Ebbsfleet are also one of the teams down there.
Yeah,
it's not looking good for them. Not looking good for him. I just wanted to talk about Mr. Luke as well. It's Tuesday's fixtures. So it was Woking 3, Gateshead 2. He has put, well, in the first half, we looked very good, as always. We do in the previous games, and then suddenly started to drop off minute by minute until the players just lost a 1-2 goal lead. Crazy game overall in the end, but that's peak Vanarama. That is true. Our manager got sent off for swinging at one of the players when he didn't really, and the ref had just lost control of the game.
I remember reading that tweet from Woking, and they literally had just put red card for Gateshead manager. He swung at one of our players. I looked at it and I went, hold on, I need to reread that. Unreal.
Oh, Claire, where's she gone?
Oh.
There you go. It's also that's now possibly 8 years without a win against Woking now. Got Boreham Wood away. Need to dust ourselves down and just move on from that result. Hopefully 3 points to bounce back so we can keep our playoff dream alive. Oh.
Bloody hell, Eastleigh, since bringing in that new coach, they've been good, haven't they? A win over Bromley, I mean...
It's a big one.
To my knowledge, they've been kind of, I don't think slipping off's the correct word, but not up to their normal standards, right? So,
yeah, that's true. That look at 4 down, great result.
Very good result.
I always like Boreham Wood.
Do you know what gets me though with Bromley and I think it's Barnet? They seem to be having some really bad results as of late, but they're still second and third. It's just
it's weird, isn't it? Because it's like
crazy.
It's like the Leeds trying to top 3. Bad results still there though. Even the League One to some extent, in all fairness. It's just weird, very weird.
It almost feels like they know they're going to finish second and third now, so they can afford a couple of slip ups and get their eye off the ball a little bit because. It's like a 23-point gap between them and Chesterfield now. Difficult lead to defend traditionally, that 23-point lead. I feel like they've just kind of accepted their lot now and be like, right, we're finishing second and third. Let's just get through the end of the season. We've got the playoffs anyway. Let's just make sure we're finishing them home legs and in the semi-finals and stuff. Yeah.
Definitely. Solihull Moors obviously got a win over Hartlepool. Hartlepool have been very good recently since Kevin Phillips has become their manager. Dagenham and Redbridge 0, FC Halifax 1. We will go to this one as well because I know Barnet 0, Chesterfield obviously back to winning ways. They got 2. Eastleigh 1, Oldham 2.
As I said it. Bloody hell.
I think he's actually had a player sent off as well, I think. Solihull Moors 0, Kidderminster 1. Kidderminster having another win, which is brilliant for them. Southend 2, Altrincham 1. And obviously, as Mr. Luke said, Woking 3, Gateshead 2. Wheelstone, we will go to Michael in the chat. Fellow Dale fan, woo! He's put, what can I say? A brilliant performance from the boys. Hayes with 2 amazing goals and Landell with a goal as well. I think the second half was dry, in my opinion, also. Thought the Wheelstone fans were very good. I completely agree with everything Michael said there. Honestly, that first half, we were absolutely brilliant. Jim McNulty had them playing some really good stuff, our players, and it was one of the best it was one of the best performances that first half that I've seen Dale play in a very long time. We were very dangerous going up front. We looked very solid as well at the back. I don't think Tiernan and Brooks had much to do that first half, if I can remember. Ebanks Landell, obviously our captain, scoring. He did score another one as well, but that was offside. And then the man, the myth, the legend, my favourite player, Cian Hayes. I absolutely adore this man. He is out of contract with Fleetwood as well. So I'm hoping if this investment does pull through, I think it could happen as well, because I feel like with Cian Hayes, it's just been... In Fleetwood's team, he started off really young. He's still only, I think he's 20, Cian Hayes, so he is still very young, but I feel like he kind of got brought in quite young, and he's been around for a little bit now, and he had a bad injury, and I don't think he's been a bit in and out at Fleetwood, so I'm just hoping, because he's really enjoying his football for Rochdale, even though obviously we are National League. It might just think, do you know what? I'm doing well here. I'm loving Jim McNulty. Obviously, he loves Jim McNulty. He loves the players and stuff. So I am really hoping that when he is out of contract, he does sign for us. There is a lot of clubs, obviously, who will be interested, but at least it's a case where if he is out of contract, he can decide for himself where he wants to go. So I am really hoping, fingers crossed, we do get to keep Cian Hayes, because what a player he is probably one of the most exciting players I've seen at the club since Mendes Lang was at Rochdale. Very direct. It's just absolute quality. And yeah, it was a really good win, a really good performance. But as Michael did say, the second half was a bit dry, but I think because obviously we did have that 3-0 lead.
You don't have to. You can go down again, guys.
Yeah, exactly. So I was very impressed, and it was really good as well, because I feel like this is the first time we could rotate the players. Like, we could rotate from the Chesterfield game, and obviously our bench was really strong as well. We had the likes of Devante Rodney on there. We had Ian Henderson, Adam Clayton, and we've not had that very much this season because we've been struggling with squad depth and injuries. So it's really good to see, and obviously promising news, as I mentioned before, when my dad texted me about the fans forum.
So promising,
really good.
Such good
so
news,
promising.
Such good news.
We just need obviously the shareholders to vote, but as my dad said as well, with the fans forum, I think that really helps, because it kind of got the word out there, and I've not seen it because obviously I've been on here, but Jim McNulty was really classy.
Oh.
I saw a bit of that obviously before I came on here, and his answers to the questions, and I honestly, I wouldn't want anyone else managing our club, because that man, how he speaks about us, and he actually classed himself while he was talking. He said us Dale fans, so he was like us Dale fans, and he classed himself as a Dale fan, which obviously he's just got the best interest at heart. I really do think if he is given the funds, he can really do something special with this football club. And yeah, from what I've heard and from what my dad texted me, because he was at the fans forum, these investors want to kind of bring on the player recruitment, as we've seen obviously Dale be in the past, bring the young players through, and they want to get us back into the EFL. So yeah, it sounds very, very promising. And I just want to say as well one thing, because I was really on a high before when this came through, and I had a lot of people say, oh, it might not be the right owners and all this. And I just want to clarify, our chairman has come out and said we cannot sustain being fan owned. He cannot financially put money in. It's looking like we could be liquidated if this doesn't go through. So us Dale fans, it might happen. These might not be the right owners, but as anyone who obviously has to go through this situation, they might be the right owners. Nobody knows. So please don't come when we are on a high and kind of dampen it, because at the end of the day, we're taking a massive risk, but we're not also, because we could go out of business by March. So
a new owner is always a risk, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
And what would you rather? Would you rather take a risk or lose your club? Because I know what I'd pick.
Exactly. That's exactly how I see it as well. We could possibly have until the end of March, or these could come in. They could do us wonders, get us to EFL. They could just sustain us in the National League for a few seasons. Who knows? But right at this moment, I am happy that with the situation, it's looking promising. Hopefully, these shareholders will vote for this to go forward. And please don't dampen this because, it's just annoying because I feel like you get this like really promising news, and then these people like kind of being a bit thingy about it, and I just think, why do that? I
think some people aren't happy unless they're looking for a negative.
Exactly.
But you just don't need to be dragged into that because, you're not negative. So crack on, let them do them because they'll just be unhappy. Like, what is the point? What is the point in being so pessimistic all the time?
Completely agree. And I just want to give a shout out as well to obviously Wealdstone, because I think it was 81 fans they brought. And obviously considering Tuesday night, quite far away, and they were such a good bunch of fans. After the game as well, there was a group of lads. I know. There was a group of lads outside, and I just pulled them and we're talking about their goalkeeper, because hats off to him, even though it was 3-0, he made some belting saves. He was their man of the match, hands down. He was a really good goalkeeper. And we had a bit of a chat afterwards and stuff, and they were just a really friendly bunch. So I really want them to do well and survive this season. Obviously, they are one of the teams who are down there struggling, but fingers crossed they do survive, because what a great bunch of fans. Very good bunch.
Can I just give another shout to Kidderminster winning again on Tuesday night?
Yes, of course you can.
What a great result.
2
in a row.
They're real close now to getting out of it, aren't they?
Yeah.
They were rock bottom for such a long time.
Yep. They were top of the league, so no change. There's not going to be a change either this season. I'm sorry, there's not going to be a change.
Comebacks on.
Oh,
happening.
They only need 10 more points to win the league.
Yeah, it won't be long, will it?
Like, it's the end of bloody February and they need 10 points to win the league.
They can literally win the league by like midway through this month.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just add as well, sorry, Michael's reminded me, I don't know if anyone has seen this because I commented on it on Twitter, but a Wealdstone fan won the halftime draw. I think it was second prize, and he won a Rochdale shirt, and there's a picture of his son, bless him, with this Rochdale shirt, and he's got a really miserable face. So bless him, the Wealdstone fan who won the shirt.
85 points in February.
I know. So, yeah, Chesterfield are top on 85 points. Bromley are second on 62 points. Barnet are third on 62 points. In fourth place, we have Solihull Moors on 57 points. Gateshead are fifth on 56 points. Oldham are sixth on 56 points. Aldershot are seventh on 54 points. And then in the relegation zone, we have Kidderminster, who are 21st on 39 points. We have Woking, who are 22nd on 38 points. Dorking are 23rd on 38 points. And Oxford City, bless them, are last on 28 points. But look how close it is.
Look how close it is. That's what I've put my face at.
We're only 6 points off that.
Yeah, but you've got to take it into positives. You're in the capital letters.
That is true.
It's always a good sign when you're in the capital letters.
You're only 6 points off it, but you've also got 11 teams or 10 teams, between you. So
yeah,
and you got 2 games in hand as well.
Exactly.
So you should be looking up, not down.
True. That is true.
I
think because we've looked down for the last few seasons.
God, John, be optimistic. It's fine.
Honestly,
it's so hard to do when it's your own club, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and after the last few seasons, it's hard to.
The only way is up.
But yeah, that's the end of the football chat. It's been quite a long one, but we've
chat,
made it through.
That's what she said.
We made it.
We made it. Woo! It's been a journey. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone in the chat for joining us. Danny, thank you so much for joining us. 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row.
2 days in a row, yeah.
If anybody wants to find you, where can they find you on the socials?
I'm glad you said the socials at the end of that sentence. At Danny Brothers on the X/Twitter.
No, we don't call it X.
/Twitter. I did add /.
No, no slash.
No
Just
slash.
Twitter.
Apart from the guy that was around the back of his van, he was doing it. But
Your next shit's a porcupine.
Oh, don't, I really need the toilet. It's like crossing my legs.
Yeah, at Cobblers to me for our podcast about Northampton Town Football Club, League One, Northampton Town.
Love it.
Just had a flex, lad, didn't you?
Yeah. Slip that in at the end.
What a great podcast it is as well. I've been on it a couple of times and I love it. Really good chat.
Hopefully I'll have to listen to that next season.
You can come on it.
Yeah, I hope I will as well. Hoping I will as well, right? Yeah.
Don't
look
think
forward
I
to
will.
shaking Dave Challoner's hand when he comes to Sixfields.
Oh, no. Put your hand away.
You know I am going to tell him that, don't you? You just know I'm going to tell him.
Can you just record it when you tell him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just watch this, Dave.
Kieran, where can everybody find you?
I had to practice with the point, so it's there.
Yes.
That's Kieran UTC on Twitter, not the other name, Instagram, TikTok, all of that lovely stuff. And I'll give a special plug to my YouTube because I talked to Russell, who does the Brumbaloo stuff, Mansfield, and we talked ahead of the game on Saturday between us and Mansfield, and he weirdly made me feel more optimistic than I was feeling beforehand. So, yeah, there we go.
Good lad is Russ.
He is.
Good guy, yeah, fantastic.
Claire, where can everybody find you?
I'm just going to give Chris a sorry that you've had a terrible day. That's why we're award winning. We would cheer people up. And it's fun.
I talked about Dave Challoner's hands. We'll say it.
Kieran, that's not difficult.
No, because I always do this way because it's like left. This is left to me. Like that's right.
It's not hard, mate.
Come on.
No, it's not hard, but I always get the direction wrong.
My Twitter is Claire_Jeffs, and if you don't follow me, I don't blame you. In all honesty.
I thought you were going to go, I don't like you.
Don't blame you.
If anybody wants to follow me, I am SharXRAFC. That is on Twitter, that is on Instagram and TikTok. My Her Game 2 stuff is Rochdale HGT. And of course, the most important part, the Absolute Football Podcast socials. So on Twitter, we are Absolute Ball Pod. On YouTube and Twitch, we are Absolute Football Podcast. On TikTok, we are Absolute Football Pod. On Instagram and Threads, if you still do Threads, we are Absolute Football Podcast _. On Facebook, we have an Absolute Football Podcast. On Mondays, you can chat, but you can check out our Premier League and European show. On Wednesdays is our WSL and the Women's Championship show. And of course, on Thursdays is our Lower League show. And all of those are on at 8:30. But yeah, thank you so much to each and every person that's joined us in the chat as well. Have a lovely weekend, and I hope all your teams win. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.